Windy Tuesday, and only some of us are back!
I was looking the wrong way. Looking that way.
Skeleton Crew Tuesday.
Skeleton Crew Tuesday.
Oh, God.
Recap for those of us that are here. We're missing Bradley, Torin, and Elikor. But,
Two will be here later.
yeah, two of them will be here later. Recapping last session, the party started up at the top of the caves where they were peering down into kind of the cavern where the devils and the two figures were kind of raising their army. They climbed down, fought a winged devil, got down safely, and they used owls to quickly get to the pier where that temple thing was, where Elikor's arcane eye saw two figures of seemed to be importance discussing in the temple. Party used owls, got up there, charged in with the owls, and was confronted by the general, what was Octavius. After some discussion and some confusion, the party didn't really know where to lie their alliance with this individual, and some questions were still left at the end of the session. But after a fierce battle, Octavius managed to get away after all the counterspells had been used prior to their turns through a dimension door, and the party was left alone in the temple.
Yeah, and we left off with him dimension dooring out, and
So is
we're
this-
all left here with devices.
Is that Frostwall still there?
The Frostwall is still there because it's not concentration, but it has a duration, so
I think it's only a minute, so it's quick.
it's gonna be gone in the next
Getting a little wet.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty not feeling super hot, so do we want a short rest for a sec while we gather what we're gonna do here?
Also,
What just happened? Brother, do you have any idea what just happened?
That's the wrong guy.
no, not really. I mean, I know of him, but I don't know much about him. So I.
Might be have it right here.
It might be my worst thing. It's the thing I can't.
That or
do.
the lights.
I'm getting better at the lights.
You are getting better at lights, but sometimes when your fingers go
I
off.
wanted to start with red. I'm gonna change mine actually. Because we're these will be yours.
Hey, if you have inspiration, die, give it to me quick.
I like that. I like that
Okay.
tool. I like when we go double things. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting short rest and I'm just trying to figure out what just happened. Yeah, I can get short rest too, but I can't really wrap my mind around it either.
I think while we short rest, I think we gather ourselves, and I think the next best course of action is to look at this room, see if we can get anything from it, and then we've got to head out.
Yeah. So Torin kind of after the ice wall, I can finally see you, and then he starts walking over to Brecken. Brecken, you were decently hurt at one point, right?
I'm down to 34 HP.
So he goes. Torin says and walks up to you. Here, let me patch you up, and then he starts making a medicine check. We actually came up, or I found a nice, cool, sort of like homebrew idea for short rests. If you don't want to wait the time and do a short rest, what we can do is, say if you don't necessarily need to take a full short rest, you can essentially take a minute or two and bandage your wounds or fix your wounds, and someone can make a medicine check on you, and if they pass a certain DC, depending on how screwed up you are, then what they can do is they can expend one of their own hit die to patch your wounds up.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Torin's going to spend one. I'd say his medicine is probably decent. So you, after taking some of the hits, nothing crazy. It's more of like just kind of like, not necessarily burn marks, but they're like magical marks. And he kind of comes over and he just patches you up just well enough. So he's going to spend a hit die. I don't know what his are.
I think a D8.
I think
A D8
too.
And we'll just add +2. Or no, you would add your con. Sorry. 10. He rolls 10.
Oh wow.
7 plus 2.
So you get 12 points total back. And he sort of just starts wrapping you up in different types of bandages. Just takes some of the open wounds and closes them off.
Okay. And like, what is this? What are all these again? What are those lights?
You see those, and they have different kind of busts on them. They're not statues, but they're busts. And what they symbol are what seem to be different horned creatures.
Do they look like devilish?
Make an investigation check.
I'll walk around at each of them.
Mm-hmm.
16, 19.
Yeah, with your investigation, and just kind of panning and knowing where you are and the stuff that you've seen, you get the sense that these are replicated in an image of a devil.
I don't think this guy was a good guy at all. Especially if he built this place.
Then I'm gonna meander my way up here.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna go up there too.
And this is where all the babies are, right?
Yes,
some babies.
in there, you do see one pile of babies.
One by.
And I'll carry over your investigation.
Yeah.
With your investigation, you do see one of their legs move.
Okay. I'll go over there and
Mm-hmm.
try to grab leg.
And so,
I
yeah.
think there might be a live baby.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's gonna turn into a big monster.
And you see like the leg kind of move just a little bit, and when you go over to the pile of babies, generally you see these babies are very malnourished, but the one that was moving is still alive, and you pick it up and
Well, guys, looks like we got a baby now.
What are we gonna do with that?
Trying to figure out whose it is. Somebody's gotta be missing one.
Good berries.
Ooh,
and
good idea,
and
John.
these are like human babies, yeah? Or are they demon babies?
Make a medicine check.
That's not bad though. Ooh, 17.
17. There is a mixture of humanoid creatures. You see the one that he picked up is actually an elf baby. You can see the pointed ears. And once you kind of like take a look at it, and you kind of look at the pile, and you know, obviously you kind of get a little sick to your stomach, but you see orcish babies, you see Goliath babies, you see goblin babies, you see human babies, you see all manner of different types of your usual, what we would say, PC or NPC character types. None devil.
So I'll carry the baby with me. I'll just kind of put him in my arm.
carrying over your your investigation one more time. As you pick up the baby, you're kind of scanning through him, and you see he actually has tattooed on the back, kind of close to his ear, an X.
Oh, do I throw it on?
No, you're.
Oh,
I
okay.
carried it
okay.
over one more time for you.
So I saw it.
This guy's got an X on him.
Like just kind of, I guess just I'll look in the general same spot of a baby that's dead. They have an X on there.
Yep, every single one of them do.
I bet it was something the Thieves Guild used to mark them.
I would guess so. I think this was most likely the Thieves Guild doing.
Well, where else are they gonna be buying this many babies from?
Well, and if
I think-
Octavius knew the guy in the inn that we were at,
Told us he gathered, procured them through him. We already know he was associated with the guild.
And we've had, in a couple of the towns we've been in, there's been missing kids. So maybe this is what that, maybe they've been coming
they've
here.
been coming here. Because again, if
think
that's
so.
that looks to me like an elfish child, so I haven't seen any elves here.
Something tells me the Thieves Guild, these Bailers, and maybe even this Octavius fellow might all be in cahoots.
I think so too. Even if they're not directly working for the same cause, they're working together for their own personal gain.
Yeah.
This just proves to me Octavius is nobody we can trust.
Well, and again, if Octavius is speaking the truth about him thinking that he's righteous and setting these people free because they don't deserve to be in a lifelong servitude of suffering, that doesn't discount the fact that like letting devils loose on an island and across all the other islands makes any sense either.
Well, what makes no sense to me is you sacrifice all these babies
Do you think
to summon
it's
devils.
possible he was corrupted, similar to the others by the other Baylor?
He could have
He
been.
seems deranged. His motives, he claims, are pure, but
So that's the thing, is he
And what does
seems...
Bradley have?
That's
what
what I don't
Bradley's
know.
plan?
And Bradley actually speaks up. I don't understand my connection to Octavius, but I've had these visions of this place before I even got here. Like the islands, this entire place. It's like bits and pieces that I only remember when I make, like when I'm actually walking through places. And for some reason I recognize Octavius's voice, but I've never met him before. I don't know who he is. But I did see that he had something on his chest too. So I wonder if
And I actually want to, right now, I want to look at Bradley. Does he have an X right here?
I'll make a perception check.
15.
He does not.
You were like. So you came from somewhere else. You said Earth?
Yeah, I mean, my life before I came here, I remember every detail. But I don't know. One night I went to sleep, and the next morning I woke up and I'm in this weird place. And there's,
When you woke up here,
well, I mean, I woke
In
up
this realm.
this realm.
Yes. I woke up and I saw, well, I only heard about certain beings, and I don't know, you guys don't know what these things are called, but in movies, like, I saw them like orcs and dwarves in movies. I never knew elves were a thing. And then all of a sudden, even more beings that I've never heard of before. Like, these bird folks, I've seen a couple of them before. I mean, I think you guys call them Asimars. I mean, I think that's what Sigmund was, but I didn't know who, or I didn't even know any of this was possible.
Nonetheless, though, I think, regardless of what his motives are, whether they're pure or they're coming from a place of, like, he's doing what he thinks is right for his realm, it doesn't discount the fact that, like, with all due respect, it's not mine. It's not my realm.
No. And he killed people from this realm.
I don't really trust him.
No.
I didn't have time to mention this, but I told you guys that some woman told me to run before we fought.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, I think I trust her more.
Oh,
And
I don't
again,
think
I've never met her before either.
This Octavius is working with the Thieves Guild, and I think it's time we just go visit our friend at the bar. And we gotta go throw down and put an end to this.
I was also gonna say too that while we're short resting and kind of talking and whatnot, I was gonna try and attune to my shield.
Okay.
So, do I have to roll for that if it's a short rest?
Let's make an Arcana check for me. Because I think the shield is something we actually don't know what it does.
No, yeah, I don't know what it does yet, and I haven't been using it.
I took it out of that storm, whatever his name was, basement. I got kidnapped.
Yeah. Arcana plus 0.
Speaking of which, gotta look for chests in here.
Make an investigation check.
19.
19. Yeah.
I got a nat 20.
I'm gonna read that up for you. So once you started tuning to this, you realized that this shield does not actually look like this right now. It is pretty mundane. You could feel the magical effects of it, and you knew it was magical. But once you started tuning, you all realized in the half an hour that you're spending here that there is this swirling blue and purplish sort of like almost starry like energy kind of like apparate on just like the face of the shield. And as you fully attune to it, it actually turns into this deeper red, kind of matching your sort of color scheme. You have advanced resistance to radiant damage. You get a +2 AC, so like a normal shield.
Yep.
Advanced just means quarter damage.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yep.
when a friendly creature within 30 feet of you takes radiant damage, you can use your reaction, if they are willing, to teleport and swap places, and then you will take the damage instead. You can use an action to cast Astral Projection, and then in the spell Astral Projection, there's apparently there's a silver cord. If that is severed at any point, you are actually the shield is shunted to the astral plane.
Okay.
You return unharmed through the Astral Projection, but you can't use that again for 7 days.
Okay.
Granted that if it returns, there's other rolls and stuff that I will make you do. And then there's also another action that you can use, Astral Ward, for this is a ritual, I believe. Takes an hour, but it lasts 1 hour. 100-foot tall and 50-foot radius it takes an hour to cast, but it will last for 24 hours. It is 100-foot tall and 50-foot radius, so 100 feet wide as well. No one can teleport, and no one is allowed within that space.
Okay. Sick.
Oh, on my investigation, it rolled nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah. So you're looking throughout. Are you looking in this area first?
I was gonna go up by like the altar and stuff.
Where
It looks like
Sylvan
there's a little more going on there.
Yeah. So you go up, and with your investigation, you approach the altar first. It looks like there's a ritualistic dagger sitting on that altar. There is like a ritualistic book open, and there's like blood that looks like someone took a finger and rubbed it all the way across the bottom of a page. Other than that, you see in the two corners are these very dark metal, almost armor stands. And one has this sort of like just barely goldish like tint to it, and one has this like deeper blue. But then there's like bookshelves essentially covering the rest of the walls. Other than that, you don't see any chests in here. But what you do when you go to the altar, you actually are looking around and you're fidgeting and like looking for things, and your hand just places accidentally into like one of the pillars on the right side, and when you put your hand to it, something shifts and a door opens underneath the altar, and you kind of look in, and there's just a chest open full of gold. And you get 500 gold. Other than that, you kind of like take a look through a lot of those books, and it almost just seems like one side of a wall, this is a 3 stacked bookshelf all the way around, and it just seems like it goes from A to Z, different types of demons. Next bookshelf, different types of fiends. And then it's just, you open one up and it just looks like it's just detailing in as much detail as possible every physical aspect of something. If it has a resistance, if it has vulnerabilities, if it like what languages they speak, like essentially the whole monster manual, but like in depth, where you might find them, how to summon them, how to strike a deal with them, how to do a lot of those different things, and just every piece of information that you could possibly gather. Then you go to the back wall behind the altar, and there is just one like shelf that's like kind of like the altar, where it's just tilted a little bit, and it's just one book placed face up the entire length of the wall. And like you look at them, a lot of them don't really have like a name on it. They don't have like anything on the bindings, but like you open one up and it looks like there's like a teleportation symbol on it, and it looks very similar to the one that has all the babies on it. Then there you go to the next one, and it
Am I
just,
with him? Like, can I like?
well, you're kind of just there holding the baby, so yeah. And then you just kind of like see a bunch of different random types of books about just a whole smattering of just demonic, fiendish things. There's a book that talks about the 9 hells. The next book talks about the first layer, the second layer. One talks about the abyss. And there's just a bunch of different darker themed books here.
A lot of dark information here.
And at that moment, once you step away from the altar, Doris, you, in the back of your head, once again hear, I need to see this place. Please, open me. And you know Bradley has the book right now on himself.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
And Bradley kind of like, you see him, and you're right by him. I would say he just, I just had a voice in my head wanting to open this book again.
Did you? Yeah, I did too.
And your hands get like weirdly like slimy again.
Okay. Bradley, do you know how to open this book?
I can try. Actually, I rolled before. Never mind. He goes, yeah, I think if anybody has like a way to magically dispel or unlock something, I think we could get this open.
Looking at one right here. Looking at a guy right here. I think we do it.
And
So should we want to open this book?
I think so. Might as well see what's inside. If it's a monster, we'll try killing it.
Try killing.
I'll use Dispel Magic on.
yeah, so he kind of like brings it over, because I don't know Bradley spells, otherwise he would not. He kind of brings it over. Sylvan, if you could, I think we have to just, there's a magical lock on this, if you could just dispel it. So
I'll cast Dispel Magic.
You dispel it, and Doris,
Yep.
you feel something apparate in your bag.
Okay, do I like feel / know what it is? Like if I reached in, do I know what I'm grabbing for?
At first, you like instinctively like put your hand at your hip, and you feel like a human femur bone.
Okay.
But then you kind of like reach in and you look in, and it is this scroll. But
Okay.
where a normal scroll end would be are 2 bones instead of like a metal rod or a wooden stake or something
Yeah.
like that. And you see that there's this deep red mahogany-like texture, and it feels like leathery skin. And when you start pulling it out, and once you start pulling it out, you feel that slime like coat your armor.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull it out, and I guess I'll just have Bradley kind of like.
Yeah, and Bradley, in the meantime though, once he casts a spell, the lock goes, and then Bradley quickly opens the book. And when he opens this book, you feel this gust of hot air kind of like dispel out of the room, and it almost feels like whatever dust and sand that coats the ground in this building starts to like shift within this heat and this wind, and you see the image coming out of a book, what looks like a elven woman in full queen regalia. And when she starts speaking, it is this broken voice of someone that you just recently fought, bound to no form, just bound to an image. You hear the broken voice of Cesal Casto ring out. This is not how I thought the afterlife would be. My immortal self, true and away from my tomb again. I smell glory. Thank you, Dragon Knight. Thank you, Wild Sorcerer. feel like almost like just in her voice and in a sigh of relief just wash over her.
So, why did you want to see her? You want to see this place, didn't you?
Yes, I did. This is very evil. Something I wished not to happen to me. And then as you see, as you see her form, actually, she like, it's almost like she's climbing out of the book. She kind of like steps her feet out and she just starts walking around the room. But
She a
then
ghost.
it seems like it's just like this, it's almost like an illusion. As if there's no physical, and like she comes out and Bradley just kind of like instinctively like puts his hand out and his hand goes right through her, and then she just starts walking around the room and she just kind of stops paying mind to you, but she just starts walking around and looking at the place. The book immediately flips magically to a page. And you're right next to Bradley, so I will let you hold the sheet of paper.
The sheet of paper.
So, if you want me to, oops, I can read this out for you.
Yeah.
And as Bradley is holding this tome, and Doris is kind of just looking over his shoulder, you all actually hear this voice apparate from the book, not even from Zazel that's walking around the room in her illusion. You hear, well, actually, Bradley goes, 2,998, Autumn Equinox, PC. And then when he reads that, the voice of Zazel Casto, as it once was in her former glory, rings out. Seems as if this is part of a journal entry for her. My queendom is prospering through the basis of my connections, but I am meant for much more than this mortal shell. The Titan gods warn me of a coming war. The skies are full of mist and haze. Earth quakes as if it yearns for a new ground for us kings and queens of Thabazin to rule and bring our loyal soldiers to infamy. Durathor's promise of my ziggurat to be the central piece in his reign over the prime gods seems fickle. If the rumors and meetings speak true, how are we supposed to rule with the coming of a cataclysm? The age of renewal isn't the survival for elves, dwarves, humans, beasts, and the like. It's for the earth and chaos. I fear for us, but fear may be the key to our rebirth and their creation, and I will see the new world. Bradley gets done. He reads the next entry. 2998, Winter Shadening, PC. Her voice comes in again. The skies become darker most of the day, and the ground no longer quakes, but King Ilor of the Northwest claims it is cracking. Splitting his kingdom away from the world as if he being scorned for his plots. He is the rightful ruler of us all. My fellow elves disagree, and their hands meddle in his affairs. I worry that I will be the next to be stifled. A meeting is set for the next equinox in the land of the roaming beasts. My time is fading, and I must take our resources and make the most of them. My age is showing, says King Bagdathal the Bellow. I'll show them all that I, Queen Casto, of the High Elves will succeed much longer than they. Bradley reads out the next date. 2999 Ches, PC. And you get that some of these seem like months. Some of these just seem like times of the year that people might use as describers. After he reads 2999 Ches, you understand that that's probably a month. PC. Her voice rings out again. It finally grows warmer. Everywhere is still as it ever has been. Zintelbright has not shown storms in months, and it grows eerie. A calmness grows so thick, and King Tristelpass of the Halflings claims auguries show him an unrelenting wrath by year's end. One that even Eldio cannot shield us from. My work is dire. Progress is made week to week. My transference, however, is stale. Timing will need to be of the utmost perfection when all darkness envelopes the weave at the moment of pure and utter hellfire, speared into the war of the old Titan and Prime deities, will I start the ritual and join immortality with the victors. Bradley reads out the next date. 2999 Eliant PC. I am weak. My magic is slowly drifting and releasing its hold on my form. I have been experimenting with old necromancy. My advances will reap benefits in the afterlife, however tear me apart in the process. I know it's for the best. In the final moments of our world being torn asunder, a sacrifice must be made simultaneously between me and a willing loyalist, with the ancient power that has been gifted in birth being the rite of passage. Bradley speaks out again. 2999 Uktar PC. Casto's voice speaks out again. Tristelpass is a foul hypocrite. The year's end is near, and my ritual is almost complete. Thankful to him, lying on the grounds of when the cataclysm shall commence. My preparation is ahead of schedule. A potion of transference has been completed. I have my soul anchor. Morthalix is allied with me, and my brief imprisonment is concrete. It will be only a matter of time. I am restless, but rest is not needed. Breath is not needed. Water, satiation are not needed. Pain is no more. Glory will be attained through a curse that I cannot fight for the ritual to take. Bradley speaks out the next date, 2999, Nighthall PC. Vile creatures! They abandon their post, wretched pessimists! How dare they defile our temples and let their courage die? It is Durathor's presence that drifted the ziggurat underground, and the perseverance of our blood, my blood, will be the reason they all find the new age. Whispers say my madness and age are their undoing. To hells with them all. My age is wisdom. My age is survival. They will all see. And then with a large breaking of her voice finally, they will all see. And you see Sazal, the illusion, at the altar, look up with those words. And she just puts her head down. We open the book.
I know, I figured.
Yeah. He reads out another date. 2999 Night
You guys cold down?
again.
A little bit.
I feel like it's cold.
It is chilly.
She reads out the same date. And I'm not gonna scream this out, but Sazal, or from the book, it is all screams as loud as it seems could be possible for someone with a broken voice. The world will see me. The gods will learn to bow to me as I have done for them for 3 centuries. My people's death at thy own hands and their undead aspect will serve as my force upon the other wretched kings and queens that have cast me aside. I am their counterpart. When I am the only mortal to surpass the cataclysm tonight, I will speak their names in only vain. Blood is key. The moon's phase is key. My loyal hand has given her soul and body for me to take, and take I will with great pleasure. My power is peaked. The hellfire covers the sky, and the gods are too focused on each other that I go unseen, and I will find the gate forward. The end is nigh, and my reign has just begun. Bradley reads out the last date, 1 PE. The Titans have all been vanquished. The gods' hubris and attention to detail escaping them fulfilled my destiny for immortality. Yet I am locked away. The curse within my ritual binds me from leaving the maze of my own tomb. The last whisper of Durathor spoke to me in his final words that Ilor has been awarded rebirth in the new age by the prime deities. This means my succession is newly necessary. A worthy and unfortunate soul will be my passage to rule. My reign will bring whatever creations of the new world wrath they have never seen. The wrath of the rebirth of the Titans under their heir, Queen Sazal Casto. And then, with a whisper, it seems all the air, the warm air that filled the room, gets sucked back into the books, or back into the tome, and turns through dozens of empty pages until you reach part that is very unfamiliar to you, but Bradley just goes shock white, and he just starts rummaging through page upon page, stopping at some, flipping like 30 pages ahead, as Bradley just goes, "These are her spells. We have Sazal's spell book." And he just goes quiet.
Can we use them?
It would take a lot of time, and you can make an Arcana check if you want.
Perfect timing for me to walk in.
Oh my. Arcana?
Yep.
Arcana. 22.
22. You know that copying spells takes a certain amount of time, depending on the level. There is a list on that page.
Can I just read them out?
You can if you want to, but it is essentially her former spellbook, the one that she had before she became the Lynch.
I'm gonna read them out.
The first page is nothing crazy. Chill Touch, Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Ray of Frost, Toll the Dead, and there's a 1. Detect Magic, False Life, Magic Missile, Shield, Sleep, Thunderwave, Unseen Servant. 2. Detect Thoughts, Gift of Gab, Invisibility, Acid Arrow, Mirror Image, Wither and Bloom. 3. Animate Dead, Bestow Curse, Counterspell, Dispel Magic, Life Transference, and Lightning Bolt. 4. Blight and Dimension Door. 5. Cloud Kill, Enervation, Planner Binding. 6. Circle of Death, Create Undead, Disintegrate, Globe of Invulnerability, and Mental Prison. Soul Cage. 7. Finger of Death, Plane Shift, Simulacrum. 8. Horrid Wilting, Clone, Maze, Power Word Stun. 9. Imprisonment, Invulnerability, Power Word Kill, Psychic Scream, Time Stop.
Oh, that's crazy.
There's a big spellbook there.
Sounds like a lot of really crazy spells.
Yes, it is a very, very powerful caster. I believe I would be able to copy some of those spells into my book if I don't have, but some of those seem like to be too powerful for me as well.
Make an intelligence check too. Because how old would you say Elcor is again?
Like 350, 400 years old.
Okay.
He's like middle-aged.
Yep. For an elf.
Yeah.
Where's an elf?
16.
16. Even with your time studying magic, you know there are definitely spells there that you've heard of. You definitely know that you can't copy them right now. You just don't have the magical prowess for it yet. Some of them do have specific prerequisites. So it depends on the type of magic that you can copy. Beyond that too, you realize that some of this somehow doesn't make sense. That she could have all of these
Right.
at her disposal. I want...
That's what I was thinking, because
You two would be the oldest. I think, no. 'cause
No,
you're
I'm a human. He would be.
Torin would be the oldest.
Let's give...
Because Torin's like almost 1,000, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old.
Well,
He's older.
I mean, it's pretty far even for an elf.
I think he's at least like. I want to say he's like.
I know he was
close to
older
300.
than
I think elves aren't. Don't you just take the human's age and
Times by 10, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. I always thought it was like 800 or 900, but
Yeah.
which
pretty damn close.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like the opposite of a dog.
I would
Yeah.
say though he's a druid, so this wouldn't really entail him. So I would let you take a history check now.
I got good history too. Very good history. Oh, it's not great, but 15.
15. That's good enough. You would understand that just reading this and kind of making connections, that when you're listening to the reading of Bradley giving you dates, you understand that there was a war that they deemed the Cataclysm. That was between, after hearing these words, a war between the Titan gods and the Prime deities. Yeah, between the old gods, the Titan gods, and the Prime deities. Most of the Prime deities you know of now, as you can gather, are the only ones left, meaning that the Prime deities won that war. And that you have never heard of a lot of the names on there, so a lot of it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But you know that there's one name that she mentioned right away, Durather.
Yeah.
She mentions him as a Titan.
It sounds like she went to the Titans, right? Is that what you said? That's just...
That's what I'm gathering. It seems.
God, that's sick.
She's still walking around.
Yeah, she has, even though the warmth has gathered back into the book, she is essentially watching upon you.
This is a spirit, you're saying, Sky.
It's like an illusion. It's like somehow her soul has attached to a non-physical being in
The book.
well, not necessarily even in the book. It's still walking around.
Oh, gotcha.
But it apparated from the book,
Gotcha.
and it is bound to the book, which is on the natural plane, which is where she is now.
Say something.
She has no body.
Say something. You respond to us.
And she seems like she's trying to speak for the first time in ages. Yes, I can. It's very quiet.
Please, your book kind of just read to us. Are these... Obviously you didn't win the war with the gods and the Prime deities.
I didn't go to war. They did.
What side were you on?
I thought
Titans. But it turns out I was on my own.
Who would you classify as the bad guys in this war? It's all subjective.
The old gods.
They were the bad guys.
Yes.
Were you a wizard?
You all call yourselves wizards now. I was the closest thing.
Shocked about.
What, has anything happened with that scroll and stuff that I had me and Bradley like roll out?
So Bradley hadn't really, or you hadn't rolled it out yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You just kind of like held it, and then
Yeah.
this all happened.
Okay.
But you immediately know what that does.
So what brings you back here? Why did you want to see this place?
Something felt ancient. Something I had to see for myself. Something I thought long gone.
When was this built?
Oh, this building is not old. Oh, there's a presence here that is.
The devil?
And then she's been looking around.
I haven't found what it is yet.
And she kind of like actually walks into the other room too. And she's kind of been roaming around.
Even those beasts on the wall don't look the same as I once remembered.
Do you think that this could be a coming of a second war from an old god, maybe cast aside by their, what they thought were companions?
That I am unaware. The prime deities sat upon their own world and their own throne, looked down upon the world that we created. Well, the Titans created. I was promised life past their war. They created us as not equals, but as people who could live among them. But once their war started, I was the only one who knew the truth. That we would have just laid in their waste. We would have been remnants of their own. We were left behind, fossilized.
Why did they start a war with the Titans? Why was that a thing?
Some of the ranks within the prime deities wanted to take part of what the Titans were. The Titans were all encompassing of all matter of creation, whether it be the world, creation itself, the light, the dark, the earth, magic, illusion, creatures, all the likes that make up what you know of your world. The Titans were once the ones that created things. And they gave birth to the old gods. The old gods tried to kill the Titans, but weren't powerful enough. But they were the smartest. The prime deities just had numbers. The offspring of what the Titans created allowed the prime deities to, let's say, show themselves as gods. They ascended. And some of the more tricky gods killed the old gods in the meantime. Those I think you call betrayers. But the prime deities didn't just kill off the Titans, they locked away a lot, if not all, of the betrayers. And the betrayers did the same to the Primes. Some of the Primes are gone too. They all just wanted their own power. All of the power. That's why the old gods are the most vile. They wanted it all. They wanted to become the Titans. The Primes just wanted a place to rule.
So do you know who's currently ruling?
I've been locked away. I feel like you would have the answer better than I.
Yeah, I would think so too. Do you think the Primes?
I do not. I believe it is
You can make a religion check.
prime
if anybody
deities
wants to.
that are ruling.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting mixed up. Primes and Titans, right?
There's the Titans, the old gods, and the prime deities.
The old god's dead.
The old gods, she says, are all dead. Or she thinks.
So, hey, I gotta ask, do you know, or do you have any run-ins with a queen who associated herself with spiders?
Yes, I know of her. I personally have no previous gatherings with her. I've never seen her or her forces, but I know of her. I know of most of the betrayers.
We have a suspicion that she's the one that's kind of manipulating all the things on these islands. We fought this big creature, Rhaegal, who worked for her. What was her name?
The Queen of Spiders.
Was that her name, or was there a like an actual name?
Her name was Lolth.
Well, didn't you just mention that in the readings?
No, I did not.
You didn't.
I'm trying to figure out where does Bradley's master come into this?
We're not entirely
I'm not
sure.
sure.
I don't know what side he's on.
Oh, I think he's on the bad side.
Well, it seems like there's multiple.
I do have this baby also. There is multiple.
You have a baby?
Yeah, there's a live baby.
Baby in the pile.
Of course, there's a goddamn baby in the pile.
It's an elf baby.
What was your master's name, Bradley?
Sorry, I gotta get into Bradley.
Octavius.
Octavius. There you go.
Not Octavius.
No.
Master somebody else.
No, Octavius is someone I'm bound to somehow. I'm thinking so hard. Give me 1 sec. I can come up with it.
It's like Nagel or something.
No, it's
Qui-Gon.
Where does Octavius fall in this as well?
Oh, I got it. Qui-Gon actually helped me. You mean Master Fogel?
Well, 'cause it seems like they were maybe a part of what Caesar was speaking about.
It also seems though he wasn't from this realm and he's not here, which, I mean, now correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a religious man, I don't follow gods. But this seems like all of these things happen on this plane, unless I'm missing something.
So, Bradley, you have more than one heart, right?
More than what?
This is gonna help me.
Well, he's feeling a beat.
I've had 2 heartbeats before, yes.
And didn't you say, weren't you feeling the heartbeat of Octavius?
Well, no, I was feeling my heartbeat.
Wasn't it resembling some? Didn't you tell us it was something with the pendant?
I mean, I saw that there was a glow on his chest and it felt like it was pulsing at the same time my heart was, yes.
Do you think he's saying Bradley's super important? This is very far-fetched. Do you think that he's trying to summon sort of God, summon some sort of God, and Bradley's heart is the second heartbeat is the key to summoning this? Whatever God or deity it is, could be one of the old gods.
Like maybe he's using him as one of the faithful followers that has to give their soul.
He's the chosen,
And I
sacrificed.
I don't know if this helps at all in what we just discussed, but at the end of this spells, it gives the directions on how to create a lich. And it states that it takes power and wisdom of many ages to complete this, and that 2 willing creatures are necessary for a true completion of the ritual, and then it lists the steps in order to make this possible.
Read those.
Step 1, create a ritual circle large enough and strong enough to hold multiple spells in one. Step 2, find a willing creature to hold at the precipice of death, to then take with the power of the necromancy at the proper moment. Step 3, create a false life and a circle of death. Step 4, bestow a curse onto thyself and transfer life between the 2 sacrificial bodies. Step 5, bind the bodies to the plane of their existence. Step 6, create a mental prison so that the mind will stay intact after death. Step 7, conjure a simulacrum and a soul cage at the exact same moment. Step 8, ensure the imprisonment of yourself. Step 9, commence sacrifice and ingest the blood of the original. Step 10, magical slumber is necessary for the clone to complete the death ritual for the withering and the blooming, the last light of the body to complete the cloning into the simulacrum.
That kind of sounds. Is Octavius trying to summon a lich using Bradley? But I think it would be a more powerful lich. I don't know.
Well, he's using all these
with devils
babies. Maybe it's on a
and
grander
gods.
scale.
He's working with something more powerful than a lich.
But I don't. Like this, it's a lich. But why would his book. I just don't see why this book would be here.
Well, this book is what we found when we were at Sazal's.
Oh, no, you're right.
I believe that this being is here because it's recognizing one of the either titans or old gods or something else. Cecil can feel that presence. That is what I believe. Cecil, he or she?
It's a she. It's a she's an elf.
Feeling.
There is a stamp on the front of that paper.
I'm gonna leave that open. We can get out.
Leave it open?
Yeah.
That
No, I'm trapped in here. Sorry.
She reacts in a way when you say that she is recognizing something between the 2. And you can, I would say, you 4 can make an insight check on what that means.
Dirty 20.
17, 14.
12.
With a dirty 20, you're the only one that picks up on it. When you say that she is picking up on a connection between, say, Octavius and Bradley and the Lich and herself, she kind of like, it almost seems like she's thinking to herself, but she's like almost in disgust that you are linking them.
That I'm linking
her to Octavius in some form.
She's like disgusted that I said that. Like towards me.
Disgust not towards you, just disgust in the
Yeah, like the
in the
thought of
connection.
it, right?
Yeah. And it's so slight. She's like, because that's kind of what you're getting at, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit. I was just talking about more when she talked about the presence that she felt that she was feeling. That the presence she's searching for is either the presence of a Titan or an old god. Or that's what I was saying.
I misunderstood.
Does that make sense?
So in her, with that insight, then with her sort of reaction, it's more of like a distant, like it's like she is like looking through something, like if she's trying to like get to a point. So you get the sense that maybe yes, there's a connection with her trying to make a connection with a Titan god.
Any of them, I don't know which one, but one of them, old god, prime, or a Titan, right?
With your insight, I'll give it to you. You get the sense that it's not, her presence isn't that she's feeling anything specific. She's feeling something before the cataclysm.
Gotcha.
To give context, Sazal, we believe that this being that we spoke of, the Queen of Spiders, or Loth, is that she is raising pawns on all of these islands, Rhaegul being one of them where we found him on Oldstead, and that we believe that there are all these other connections and all these other islands that she is raising these pawns to take over these islands one by one, and then once she has control of all of them, that we believe that she's going to try and use them to potentially go mainland with it and then continue to spread, or just create a realm, or not a realm, that's probably the wrong way of saying this, but an area where she and all of her pawns dominate this plane of existence on these islands, and that's what we're trying to stop.
Well, that would make sense. It's as if she's spinning her webs all along these islands. It's what they all tried to do against the Titans. Their only downfall, the betrayers, is that they did not work together. Otherwise, where you live and who you would be now, definitely more devilish.
So she could just be one of the key pieces. Everyone might not be working for her, but that devil that Elcor saw, maybe he is another, I want to call it a kingpin.
Another bad guy. Yeah, because we haven't really heard about these pawns since it's probably been some time now.
We haven't had any run-ins with anything that
I thought this was gonna be. That's what we were kind of.
You had another run-in with something like this.
It was Rhaegul, Queen, Loth.
What was Rhaegul?
Rhaegul was Bagel. I don't know.
Big ass.
A
bagel.
A bagel.
It was a bagel.
He's a bagel.
It was a Baelor.
We ate him.
Baelor's the devil.
He was working for a wolf.
Baelor. That's a name I know.
He was serving Loth with his entire purpose of spreading whatever demonic power that he
Fiendish
possessed.
nature, yes.
We really thought this was gonna be that.
And like here on Oldstead, we fought him in the deep, deep parts of a mountain where everything seemed to be originating from. That's how we found him.
Well, Baelors in my time were commanders of many of the betrayers. Those who conquered and put slavisher towards fiendish beings. Loth, Asmodeus, and Tharizdun, all alike.
So's Loth. What was Loth then? Was she a betrayer?
Yes.
Okay. And she worked with that Tharizdun?
Therisdun, yes.
Is that a chained god? So it's...
That's not what we called him. But you all have given names to people and beings that we only knew their names as they were. Loth was Loth, the Drow queen. Loved her arachnids. Asmodeus, the king of all devils and hell alike.
Did they work together at all? Or you said no?
They had their set sight on a lot of the same pictures, but they wanted the realms. They wanted all of this world to be theirs and no one else's. Some worked together sometimes, but most, in the end, would backstab each other when it came down to a moment they could.
I wonder if there's, like Dara said, this Algoth, or Algoth. There could be more than just one enemy here. And where do we fall in that? I have no idea. Maybe this island has...
More where Bradley falls.
Oh, where does... Yeah. Because, like, they're trying to...
Came out again.
I know, it's hard not to do it.
Because they're trying to...
When I say Bradley, because I say Bradley all the time like that.
I wonder if more than just Wolf is trying to take over these islands.
I should have went high voice.
And then it might come down to us. Like maybe we are... It could be the Primes versus a devil versus a betrayer. And then there's us. Just human, mankind.
That may be correct. If there's an imbalance, they're all
trying
reaching
to
out and lunging for power.
And so we need to be careful because, yes, maybe this guy is not working for the Queen or Loth, but might be working for a devil, Algoth, or somebody more powerful.
That seems the most, how do I put this? Right to me, not right, but...
I mean, again,
Tracks.
could be completely wrong, but it just seems like maybe I know we've burned a lot of bridges here, but we have a lot of allies other places, and maybe we'll need them when the time comes.
Based off of what Sazal is saying, it sounds like the Titans were the ones that had kind of created this everything that we see. But, not correct me if I'm wrong, Sazal, but it seems like the Titans, in comparison to the old gods and the Primes, they were the ones that fared the least.
As in the most or least power?
They took the most casualties.
Oh. Well, possibly. I had seen my lord fighting not only one, but multiple prime deities at once. And he towered them. But sometimes number and quantity does reign over quality. I saw him strike down the Crawling King. But he succumbed to Asmodeus himself. And one god that I never suspected.
And who was that god?
And she looks across and just kind of insights just to... There's one god in the Prime Pantheon that is the most trickery. He holds the seat in most gods killed. His name is Baal.
prime.
He was a prime deity of murder. And he was the one that I saw as Tiamat's hellfire and Durathar's hellfire collided. That ball was the one who struck the last blow with his daggers to Durathar.
What island did you say that you came from?
Oldstead.
Oldstead.
You?
Where we traveled from, like, or is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's right.
I thought you said that he's from it. You said
Oh, no.
Then they came from.
I'm like, Sylvan.
I'm doing some thinking.
We traveled from Oldstead before we were here. That's where we ran into Rhaegal.
That would make sense if they're reaching out for power and they're doing it in these islands that there is not a strong rule or people to denounce and fight it.
There were strong people at Oldstead. The Oakbark people.
I think I agree with that, actually.
I have heard that the druids were strong there, but
So the Oakbark community survived.
We do not think so. I am the only Oakbark men we have seen.
But you are not of before the wars.
No.
Oh, not the Great Wars, no. So we did survive.
Yes.
Something that happened on Oldstead when we were there is we were having discussions with the Oakbark people as there was a war between the Oakbark and the people that had inhabited the island in and of itself. And in the time of our coming conflict, something happened, and we only ascertained was Rhaegal or something that he was using. And we all succumbed to darkness and woke up, and all of the forests that in that area were burned. No survivors, no one from the Oakbark, no one from the people that we were fighting with. They had all basically disappeared, and there was nothing left but ash.
Well, I mean, the people of Oakbark, the White Owls they called themselves, must have flown higher than what the gods could reach. You are a druid, yes?
Yes, I am.
Of the land, yes. It would make sense that your people survived, but I would have never seen it coming. Well, does the great tree stand tall?
Yes, it does.
Well, there is a lot of divine nature in that tree. Many of the gods and the primes used that place. The ones of the earth and the wilderness and growth and life used the great tree as their sanctuary. You are of old blood. I knew when we were fighting in life, or in my afterlife, I knew something was familiar.
Yes.
You might have been the one that was worthy all along.
Maybe. But maybe not. If I can't find my father or people, how worthy am I really? Impressed.
And her illusion kind of comes up to you, and she like puts her hands around you, but it just kind of goes through as she's kind of like getting used to this not being physical, and she kind of looks down upon you as your head is down. I once thought glory was just becoming immortal. Glory is survival. If you are the last of your name, the last of your people surviving, you must make it so.
As I'm stewing, are you guys done? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I've been stewing here in my notebook. What if our purpose all along wasn't to try to prevent this Lolth from coming, but to unite mankind and to prepare themselves against whatever's coming? And I just remember Rhaegal, for some reason, was scared of us. Now I know it's only 3 of us now, initial people. But whatever connection we have or whatever threat we brought to him, he wanted to get rid of us. I just don't know, like, should we be trying to rid these islands of these thief guilds? Like, do we just go take out this, what's his, I always forget the damn name. Salvador and the other guy.
The problem...
To unite the people, but...
I think that is what we must do, because we can never unite everyone to fight together if we have evil thieves guilds around. If we can take out the little and unite the rest, that's how we win a giant war.
Well, and again, similar to what if we say or think is true, that if Lolth is going after these islands because they're individual, right? Like, all the islands are separate.
I don't believe it's Lolth herself. It is...
Well,
these different beings.
They're going for them.
They're not together.
But the reason they're going for the islands is because they're not united. All of them are individualized, and they all have their own ruling, and they all have their own kind of way of doing things. Whereas, like, if they were all underneath the same kind of democratic leadership, if you want to give it that term, that it would be harder to take all of them down because it would be harder to isolate them. Whereas now, because they are all under individual rule, it is easy. It's never been easier for them to isolate them.
Even if it was individual rule, but all the islands work together,
that's what I mean.
Still be far more powerful.
They would be able to raise defenses and prevent things much easier versus like people on Oldstead. What we did there when we came here, the people here had no idea of what had even happened on Oldstead until we came here and told them.
I believe that, I don't know about Oldstead because I've not really been there, but this island was broken. And to me, this is an easy target for something to brew behind the scenes. Convince those beings, Salvador, whoever else, I don't know, whoever's giving them these babies, to assist them in their mission. They're looking for people to manipulate. Places to hide. You say you lives in the mountains.
Just like that dumbass who summoned a bunch of devils.
Right.
To weaken the desperate.
If it's like this here and what you said in Oldstead, I worry about places like Totalis. Places that is corrupt.
Let's remind them.
Many rough factions. I believe there may be something going on there.
Well, my brain was just thinking about that as I sat here. Because I contacted one of my former friends there, and he said that they were in danger and I needed to come back. So I wonder if something's happening on that island as well.
I'm sure it is.
It could be a whole different power. I just think there's no way.
Well,
if this island's not connected to Lolth, maybe we're just too fixated on that.
Well, and here's what my thought is if what Cecil says is true, and that the Titans were quality over quantity fighters, that they were strong, and it took multiple numbers of those prime deities and Yield gods to take them down. That could be potentially why Rhaegal is afraid of us, is that, we are what we are in this life, but ultimately at the same time, if the Titans had someone to back them in that fight, and they're afraid that if we understand what's actually going on and we back the Titans when they fight against these primes and old gods, that maybe they're afraid they're going to lose the upper hand.
I think we are all on the same page. What is our next step?
What I think, this is just me speaking out loud, it seems like a lot of the Titans, the stronger, older ones, at the time of the Cataclysm were all taken out, or a lot of them maybe were lost when they were fighting. But if there's some that are left, if we can find some that are left, side with them, if we think that their side makes sense, and we can find companionship within them and ally ourselves with them, then that makes their side stronger. And if what we think is coming is actually coming, not only just the Queen of Spiders, but also all these other deities that are also fighting for power on these weaker islands that are all isolated, then that is at the very least going to further hinder what they think that they are able to do.
I just don't know if I have no idea if the Titans are bad.
And I don't know either.
Well, then I believe that people know Bradley's importance.
Yeah.
I believe the reason why is he has access to another dimension, another world.
I need you to make a history check too.
That's also a really good point.
If they want to take over this world, if they need to run, or they want to keep building power,
I want to use this right away.
they would use Bradley.
Everybody, how's
They would go to Earth.
They need him to get into a doorway to get to the next world. If they think that they can take this place out, after they get rid of this place, and they have no more power here, and they've done what they need to do on this plane. If they have Bradley to get to the next one, that's their doorway to get to the next spread of their evil. Because these, from what we've been talking about, these people, these deities, these evil beings, they don't seem content. Like, it doesn't seem to me that if they took over this entire plane of existence, that they would be content with that.
Well, it would just turn into another giant war.
You would have an advantage, so you could technically take one world.
So I think what we do is go stop an evil that we know provided help to all this baby death, and we go take out Salvador Storm, and whoever's with him, we take them out. We strengthen the city.
I agree. We must extinguish the one.
I don't want to get into another damn war, though.
Getting these babies.
No.
Any link we destroy that's helping through this fire is going to help.
I think what we've done, though, on this island is already taking steps in that right direction with the chieftain sort of on our side. If we can go back to them, we'll see what is happening with the devils that just ran out of this cave. If we take out Salvador Storm, that weakens one of his oppositions that he has to worry about, and he would be more apt to help us with Grovo because he feels like he has the upper hand now.
Salvador is working with the devils, so they are one together.
Yes, I'm saying that in the sense though that like the chieftain doesn't necessarily seem to
I don't
fully
think we need
believe.
that piece of crap.
I'm not saying that we need him,
I
but
don't.
what
I
I'm
say we just go take matters in our hands.
We do not take orders from the chief.
No, I'm not saying we do. I'm not saying what we do. Ultimately, what I'm planning here is that the whole thing that we've talked about is that if we want to make these islands harder for these primes and old gods to take over, we need to unite them in some way. And we can't do that unless the people that are going to be staying on the island after we leave, after we do all the good that we've done, if they're not on the side with us to help maintain that happens when we leave.
Agreed. We need somebody.
So I'm not saying that we take orders from the chieftain. I'm saying that we do the things that we think we need done, which I do think that our visions align with that. He doesn't want Grovo here, and he doesn't want Salvador here, but he just doesn't have the resources to be able to do it.
And I just think, he does. I just think he needs to do it and grow a set of balls.
That may be true, but
he does not have the resources anymore. With 500,000 devils flying out of this
not
cave,
anymore.
he is basically pinned back.
I'm just saying, from killing Salvador.
As Princess Leia would say, we are his only hope.
With all this talk, kind of just like looking back at your time in the Oak Bar community, every time that Durathr is mentioned, over time you sort of feel like something is ringing a bell. And you realize that there is this long gone being that you all not necessarily worshipped or prayed upon like a religion, but you recognized its presence in the place that you called home. You didn't swear allegiance to him. You didn't. Again, it wasn't part of a religion in a sense.
Maybe like admired or kind of looked up.
It was more of like a we understand type feeling. Like we understand why we're here because you are connected through the earth, and you realize that in the conversation with Sazal that Durathr seems to be the Titan god of like the realm, the Titan god of Earth, of creation. And you realize that the reason why your name, the Fae, and your name being Torin and Tollum and Tokala, are all derivatives of the name that you gave this being yourself. You gave this being the name Thurdane. And you just took words and rearranged them, and eventually along the line of sort of translation, somehow it became Dane of Fae. Or sorry, Dane of Fae, excuse me. And so then you guys took the part Fae as your last name. And all of the Fae community being druids from Oakbark, that you kind of make the connection of like being how old you are, just going like back to like the original translations and the books and the scripts and everything that you learned from your father and his father before him and his father before him, that over the time that this Durathr, Titan god, is the god that created the great tree and created Oldstead, and possibly even Thapazin itself, the realm that the entire island that once was, that became multiple. And you realize that you are one of his creations.
And I realized that while this conversation is going on,
Just every time that Durathr had been mentioned, you just like are reverse connecting the dots, and then you just kind of like have this spark. It's like this entire time, your entire life, you've been just acknowledging this being that has once been here, that is of the earth. And that's why you draw your connection to being a druid, and everything that you live to be came from that. And you just kind of go, holy crap, I'm almost akin of a Titan god. And you know that there are other places that technically druids go to that could technically be a place where to start to find what you guys are looking for. Maybe somebody to unite.
Feywild.
okay, so once I kind of think about it, I'm going to go back to when they... Wait! People, thinking back, everything is connected. We used to look up Durathr. He is, as a whole, what has created us. Fey people, Oldstead, the Great Island. Titan people are good. I know myself. I've only known you so long, but I hope you see I mean good. I believe, as this conversation has gone on, I'm derived from him. That is, who has created everything. And this isn't a religion or a god I ask for, but it's just what has created all. Titan people are good, and I know there are locations we can start making connections to go forward.
Where are we going to go?
Let me do a history check on, because I know I was told you a couple times what.
Yeah, there's
a couple of things. Let me roll for it.
Sure. Yep.
Nice. History?
Yep.
22.
22. So there's a place that when you first went back to Oakbark and realized that all the Fays had fled and that were not there, you realized that Oakbark itself was essentially the hub of a lot of druids alike. You don't know if there's anything left there. There could be, but when you were leaving, you know that there was other connections to places that the druids would flee to in case that, for whatever reason, that you were driven out of your home. So if you remember those and have those written down from sessions ago, you could. But you also know that there isn't just one bind to the natural realm. is also places in the mainland that you could go to. Again, in just how old you are in the history that you have learned over the years, there also is a place that you have heard of before that is not on the islands.
Oh, I know where one of them is. Oh no. Yeah, so what I'm thinking here, I remember Far Island is a place that has like one group of druids.
Yep, that was another place that druids could be from, but there is another place
Far Island
that is considered. There's a place that is considered an ancient city of wood elves on the mainland, away from the islands to the east. There's an ancient city named Nad Gadan. Or Nad Gadan. I didn't think about that. That was a fuck up. Please, Nad Gadan. But yeah, Nad Gadan. It's N-O-D space G-A-D-A-N.
N-O-D-G-A-D-A-N.
Yep.
One place, Sylvan, is well, there's druids many places. Far Island has some, but the next biggest hub, I would say, outside of Oakbar, is Nad Gadan.
Yeah,
It's east.
it's east in the mainland, and you don't actually know a lot of information about this place.
Mhm.
That's just, it's almost like a folktale, like this ancient place of the wood elves on the mainland. You've never been there. Your father has never been there, so you don't know if it's just a fairy tale, if it's
like Atlantis.
yeah, kind of. It's just like this all-powerful place that you've heard of, but it's, who knows if it's actually real or not. So you get the sense with a natural 20 still, all this information kind of pulling into you that
That's where
the closest place is Far Island, and maybe your safest bet. If all else fails, maybe. But again, you don't have any information of where it is. It's just somewhere.
Maybe you'll find someone Far Island. Information.
Yes.
I think
I'm from Far Island. I know many rumors and whispers of druid colonies.
Make a history check, Brecken.
Played pretty badass.
It's gonna be like a high, right?
It's decent. 17.
You know, with your upbringing being from Far Island, and you traveled that land, explored it, you know, took some adventures across coast to coast, you know of stories of druid clans or a clan living in the Red Row Forest.
The Redwood Row, which is a redwood forest.
As a child, I was always told stories of these druid clans that used to roam in the Redwood Row forests. Giant trees, similar to the one like on Oldstead. Always whispers people going lost in those woods. Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if there was a druid colony or clan deep in there.
I've heard that as well. That's a place most nearby if we look for help in that. But like we said, after we take out the evil in this place, that could be somewhere we look to go to find more support and help.
yes, I think that's where we're gonna go.
I think that's the plan, because
I
right
think we leave
now,
here right now.
We're agreed.
right now we're not fighting we're not trying to start a usurper like we were on Oldstead.
Did we find anything in this place? You think we need to look for anything? Or?
So Brecken had done an investigation before. He got like a dirty 20, I think.
Or a nat 20.
Oh, you got a nat 20 on finding things. He found a chest underneath the altar with 500 gold.
Nice.
There was in the altar room with the circle and all the babies that they had found in Malfric here. By the way, the entire time Sobin has given you the baby to hold and because you gave them, I just said you gave them good berries
Oh,
to
yeah.
like keep them
Yeah.
like sustained for now. And it's been sleeping the entire time, so you haven't disturbed it, hasn't woken up, but you just felt like the most nurturing.
Yep.
So he just kind of let you do it while you were gone, technically.
Why are you breastfeeding?
And then he turns into a cow.
Yeah.
Gives it milk.
It's an old druid trick.
Question: how much gold would you say that I have or started with?
Oh, we never did that with you. You were supposed to roll 2d4.
2d4.
He's rich.
Maybe.
I just saw I had literally nothing right now, and I was like, I'm pretty sure. God. Ooh, 2 and a 1, 3.
2 and a 1. Well, so that'd be.
Kid's poor.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's 2 and a 1.
Elcor's fucking.
You have 3 pieces of gold.
That'd be hilarious. Dude, your guy doesn't need money. He's here to protect
I think you
them.
multiply by like 10,000, not 30,000
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, probably. Depends on your level. I think you times it by.
So you would have had 1,600 gold
Oh, nice.
to start.
Jeez, if you would have had an 8, you could have 10.
Well, it all depends. So he rolled 2d4, so that would have been. You said you rolled a 2 and a 1.
Yes.
21, and then I roll a d10, and then I multiply it, and I just did whatever was closest.
So I think we leave here. We get rid of our
Not
adversaries of Robo and Salvador.
And make sure
Try to-
that they need to die as well.
Yeah, try and
Come
roll
on,
stuff that you
got everything
achieved
except
in
my
here.
plastic ID.
And then,
No, that's good.
That's
if
coming.
it sounds correct, then we leave for far.
That sounds good to me.
Which
Let's
is
do
that
this.
far island?
Nothing
Druids.
anymore.
Druids,
We
which
think that
Right.
something connected to
Almighty Titan.
a titan that created this place that we think might be able to help unite the people.
And
Can
might
we
be-
zoom out of the map
That
a
might
little
be
bit?
the only place that we're gonna find.
Sorry, I just want to
useful
see what else
answers
that I
as far
looked
as-
at.
The only thing I was thinking of with this is that if we
There's
are
the
looking
ship.
for this, I think this makes sense, but ultimately at the same time, where are we gonna find information on a fucking
Yeah,
Titan?
take the group.
Yeah, if you could.
I don't know. We'll
Well,
find
That's
out.
why I think that
We'll
the
just-
Druids are gonna help.
We didn't
Yes,
go up
agreed.
here, did we?
No.
No.
Dan,
And actually, from what you would have seen of this structure when you were there,
Uh-huh.
this part is actually sunken down a little bit, even from when you were up top. So like what you would have seen would have been just like the very top of something.
Gotcha.
So this was a little bit more prominent, so
Right.
there, and obviously that's where
Oh, there's another
Octavius had
village?
made his
I think another,
speech.
I think another, like, in order to unite the people, we need to have a powerful being. And I think a good one for that is we have Dorias, a big dragon. People are gonna be scared of it. But also those ancient weapons.
Which I think ultimately, though, again, Torin, I know that you said you didn't want to go back there, but I think now, knowing the information that we have, if it makes sense heading back there after we get some information from the Druids on Far Island, that maybe it is worth our while to just go back and look at the tree.
And I'm okay.
One piece.
I'm okay to do that, but at the same time, I trust you. I've Nancy, my father, and the Oak Creek people. We've done our search. I'll take you there, but any decision at my home must go through me. Which I know at this point, we're trying to save mankind. I understand the boundaries, but I just would like the respect of. But I will also allow you to do what we have to do.
I would be honored to see that tree. I've read many things about it, and I know it does describe the whole area full of life and magic.
Yes,
And obviously, yes, like that is your home, and we will respect that. But again, I think just knowing having the information that we have now, I think now we understand that there could be something there. That even if it's not an artifact that we're looking for to finish the weapon that we have partially constructed, I think even the information it might provide with giving us leads or even just a direction on what we're going to be able to do to be able to unite the islands or just prevent whatever greater evil is actually showing up or has the potential of showing up. And like you said, it's not just Oak Park people that are going to have to worry about this thing.
Agreed.
I need everybody to make Constitution saving throws for me.
Fail.
There you go.
22.
5.
13.
22.
Griffdale.
Prevail.
Ooh.
Okay, you two succeed. You all feel that just this heat sort of rise within you. Being in this place, standing in this room, you all start to hear these sort of like cackling whispers as if something's whispering into your ear and laughing at you. And you all start sort of to feel a little bit sort of like woozy and lightheaded. You all gain 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Now I need everyone to make wisdom saves for me.
Even though it's the past.
This is separate. Actually, besides Brecken.
Wisdom? 9.
16.
19.
19.
Sorry, one more time. 9.
19.
16.
19.
You all hear a chittering, as if a bunch of legs hitting the stone. And you all see a bunch of spiders crawling out of a corner of a wall after, during this time being in this place and mentioning the name of somebody. Everyone but Brecken seems to have mentioned it, and Bradley not mentioning the name of Wolf. These spiders sort of crawl out, and you all feel this urge of fear running and coursing through your body. Even those that are immune or resistant to fear get this intense urge to get out as fast as possible. And you two kind of see them all like in one moment just kind of like almost like get skitterish and kind of like back away from, you kind of see the same thing. These pile of like spiders just come out of the corner of a wall, and as you do, they all kind of like back into the corner this way towards the altar. They come from this corner and they kind of pull you back, and then as they kind of approach, they all just go out the door, and the fear kind of goes away as all the spiders come out and leave.
I think we need to get moving.
And
Take that as a message.
even with that, you will hear just this, all of you simultaneously. You've said my name. And it goes away. And you all instinctively being backed in towards the wall behind the altar. And with that, we'll say, would have been, we'll say it would have been Doris. You just instinctively back against the wall and put your hand, and you like slip on a book, and when that book drops to the ground, you go to pick it back up. When you do, you hear something out of the corners of the wall, or in the corners of that room. Those two plates of armor start to animate to life, and they step down from their spot. One holds a torch out and a sword, and their eyes start glowing with a burning blaze. Need everybody to roll initiative.
You want to zoom back in real quick?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So we're right by that one.
So you would all be placed. I gotta get the grids back up to see. No, not bracket.
What does level 1 exhaustion give us?
Level 1 exhaustion is disability on ability or just disadvantage on ability checks.
Who am I missing?
Me,
Oh, jeez. The big dragon.
the big boy.
Is that too big? Yeah, a little bit.
We get some metal music done.
Alright, so initiatives. 25-20.
I got 23.
I got a 20.
Yeah, we did short rest. Okay.
Oh, we did short rest?
Short rest.
Yeah, we short rested.
Oh, nice.
How much do you
You
get for a
have,
short rest then?
one less hit die.
Okay.
How much do you get for a short rest?
Whatever your amount of your hit die you have.
Yeah. I used all my hit die to get as close as I could to max.
20 to 15?
Do you guys have an extra
Oh
marker
yeah,
somewhere?
I have 17.
You can just fine.
I think this one might be extra.
You
Yeah,
might think to that now, but
Is that, wait,
Your hit die.
what?
You always add your
Birds.
One institution.
I actually think I could.
So if you have like a
Do
plus
you have an extra marker on your side over here? I might have grabbed mine when I was written on a board.
15 to 10?
I have 15.
Alright.
Sorry, wait, did someone else go ahead of me?
No.
Oh.
I guess we don't have Bradley's shit, so like it's hard to play more.
I have all my spells. It's not good.
I short rested.
Anyway, just
I get my
cantrips.
spells back. I am horny.
Nobody's got a chromatic orb. I'll just roll for initiative for you. I'll play it.
I am horny.
Not full, but not too bad.
Yeah,
A death knight.
I roll really good though on my con.
I rolled actually really bad. I wasn't too long, just.
I mean, I roll a d10 and I got a +4 on my con, so.
All right, with that, Sylvan, you are up. Sylvan the
F
Beast.
level.
Where are these at?
Oh, sorry.
God, I can't do 6 or higher.
So
BS.
it's these guys right here. So
Let's
there's
see what I got.
one right there, and there's one right behind Dorias.
We'll get my level 4 back. Take my level 1s back.
Ooh. Let's see what I got. I don't know what I got. Come on.
Oh, Darius, nice. Are you? So is he on that space right there?
Yeah. Yeah.
And as these armors come to life, you hear them. We will command your ever grace, Queen.
Okay. I am going to use. My range is 90 feet. Nice. There's a level 3 spell. I'm going to use Tasha's Mind Web
Okay.
on both of them.
All right. What's the save?
So they need to make an intelligence saving throw.
All right.
Oh, hey, wait, just one second.
Yep.
I actually. Sorry, I'm just doing. Just do.
I got 2 notice for
In order to hit 2 people, they have to be within 30 feet of each other. I'm actually just gonna summon. I'm just gonna summon Bixby's.
Okay.
Sorry.
There you go.
I'll put it right there.
All right.
And then I will attack with Bixby's. Ooh!
Wow.
That was a juicy one.
That was wet.
That's
Oh,
what
might be a little wet in my pants
18.
now. Stinky too.
To
Woo.
hit.
18, yeah.
Misses.
Okay, and then here's my bonus action.
Bracken, tee off on these guys.
It's kind of hard to see.
Jeez. Never knew I had that.
Alright, that's my turn.
That's pretty cool.
All right. So Sylvan summons Bigsby's, misses an attack with it, and it leads us to Brecken.
Okay, so you tuned it. Is it good? What does it do?
I'm just gonna attack them.
Should have been 6
So they're on opposite ends. I'm gonna attack the guy over to the left here.
See what
Bigsby's hand.
All right. Yep.
finish resistant.
So the first one will be
4 AC for this.
No, 2 my AC, but I only
27 to
take 4
hit.
radiant damage.
Hits.
What'd you get?
He got 27.
Oh, actually, shit. I forgot to
I
put Hunter's mark on him.
I can swap.
Fuck. Alright,
Astral projection. It's not like a crazy level spell. What level spells the astral projection?
I'm gonna use Piercer on that one. So it's ass.
All right.
Yeah, it makes an action where I can create basically like a 100-foot dome. And like,
Oh, that would make
Take
good.
9
That's
points
good for
of
not letting
lightning
boss
damage.
fuck.
Okay.
Is it too late for me to still cast Hunter's mark? If I get a bonus attack, or is that gonna screw that up?
I think
That's 9th level, but I think it's different.
it's
So it's astral projection.
I think when you take your attack action, you have to like continue it throughout. You can't like chop it up.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But-
I'll just do it next time. I'll just do another attack.
Takes me there,
All right.
Like,
It's gonna be 25 to hit.
Hits. With hits. If you want to play Bradley, if you just want to like shoot cantrips, because we never really
I'll just say put him.
Yeah, last.
It's gonna be 11 more points of lightning damage.
All right. And so you guys see Brecken fire these lightning arrows, strike the Death Knight, and it kind of vibrates throughout his armor. Is that it, Brecken?
I think I'm just gonna back myself up a little bit. That'll be my turn.
You want to cast Hunter's Mark on him, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I'll probably do that next. Or I guess I gotta do that yet too.
Toss that guy in him. Okay, so we use Hunter's Mark.
Put that down. Okay. That'll be my turn.
All right, Doris, that leads you to do
With Dorias, like, kind of seeing that he's behind him, I'll just have him tail whip him.
Mhm.
Do a tail whip with, or tail attack with him. It's an 20. Finally, fucking Dorias hits something. Jesus fucking Christ. Next time I'll roll fucking, like, 2. That's how it goes. Nice. Okay, so plus. Okay, so it's gonna be 32 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will turn around, and then I'll take my spear jabs at him.
Okay.
That will be a 26 to hit on the first one.
Hits.
Second one is gonna be a 27 to hit, and then I'll do my,
That was a
and
good
then I'll
one,
do
too.
my like astral or my little like
Oh
spectral.
my god.
Uh-huh.
That'll be 23 to hit. Jesus
Wow.
Christ, I rolled
Hits.
crazy. That
Hits Doris.
Wit
I rolled,
hit.
I rolled an 18, 19, 18. Wow.
Wits hits.
First attack is 7, 8, 13 plus 6, 19 points of damage to the first one.
Alright.
So that's a 7, 6, 13 plus 6, 16. So that'll be a 22.
Alright.
Last one, 9, 5, 14, 4, 18, 24 points damage in the third attack with the astral dude.
Alright.
You just did a shit ton.
I know.
You just did like 130 damage. 120.
You beast. You
That's
beast.
crazy. Well, now those like bracers that I got, they had a D4 of force.
Oh.
Alright. So you guys see Doris start ripping into this Death Knight. And you see a chunk of his
This
armor
dude's jacked
falls
up
off.
magic items now.
Leading us to the Death Knight. The one closest to you, Doris, and company.
Mhm.
You see him take this damage, and he's going to take his sword, and he's going to slam it into the ground. And from that, you see the ground ripple, and everyone within 30 feet of the Death Knight. So, 5, 10. So that's everyone. Yeah, that's everyone in here. You guys have to make a Constitution save.
It's that one.
Would that be me too, or my
Fail
save
from
where I'm
me.
at?
You're good. You're good.
Dirty 20.
Bradley needs
19.
1-6.
That's 20 for Bradley.
Okay. So who passed, who failed?
What's the number?
19.
I got a
I got 19, so I'm
Okay.
good.
Yep.
dirty 20.
Okay. Alright, so let's count this up. So everyone is going to take thunder damage. Alright. And then you're also going to take necrotic damage. So he just did 30 thunder damage. So half of that. Oops, where'd that go?
15.
Ooh. And he did 25 necrotic.
So,
So 55
wow.
total. And also make it for Dorias too for free.
He's a Bigsby cast.
15. And then the necrotic's not halved even if I pass? Or it is halved?
No, it is all the damage is halved if you passed.
Oh, okay, but 55 was the total damage.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So make the saves for Doris or Dorias as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so he got a 17 on his con.
Fails.
Okay, so he's gonna take all of that.
And then any creature who failed is knocked prone. So Sylvan, you were knocked prone. And Dorias, you are knocked prone as well.
Who's at the gifts?
Just eat half your movement to get up.
Then I want Darius. I want you to make a dexterity check or save. Excuse me.
Fucking. Dexterity 22.
22. Okay. As Dorias gets knocked prone, you safely maneuver your way so that you are not pinned underneath him.
Okay.
All right.
Not like what's the name of Lord of the Rings underneath this horse.
Totem.
And you, nope, he's not up. And you see the other Death Knight. He sheaths his sword and he grabs from his torch and he starts conjuring this orb out of his torch. And he shoots at you and he's casting Hellfire Orb. 20-foot radius, and he's gonna put that right here, so pretty much everyone right
Come fight for
there.
Sylvan here. We're both gonna be knocked.
I'm gonna fight this.
You're fucked. If it's a dex save, you just fail too.
I don't think that's.
Dex.
What is it?
Because if
It's
you're
a
prone,
dexterity saving throw.
if you're prone, you automatically fail. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll be sure of that.
Because you can't dodge
At
it.
20,
Right.
Where is
You just eat it.
can't crawl, 50% XP, attack rolls at disadvantage.
No.
It
Oh.
doesn't say it.
I thought there was.
You're trying to fuck me already.
I thought it was. Maybe it was something
I'm
else.
trying to kill
But
us.
yeah,
Is it a dex
so
save, you said?
Doesn't fucking matter.
dex save.
Does he have to make a roll
You got a
on
chance.
that?
Two.
Just
16.
we're rolling? So you just have deck save?
It's gonna be 19 today.
Right?
Yeah, dex saves.
Nat 20 on Doris.
Nice.
I'm not gonna do that. I think it's 16 was his thing,
Ooh.
wasn't
17.
Fails.
Dorias
16.
got a dirty 20.
Passes.
it? Failed. 16.
So fails. Everyone fails besides Dorias and Doris.
I'm glad I moved back when I did.
So you guys see this orbit.
I'd be dead
it,
2 times
It
over,
fires
probably.
and it hits that point of contact and explodes in this green fire. And everyone is going to take fire damage and necrotic damage.
Oh shit. That's just a lot of information.
Alright. So that's going to be not too bad. 39 fire damage. And then
You see Sylvan and Tori both go. After 6 seconds.
And then you see.
That's gonna do it too.
35 necrotic.
Are you done?
No, I gotta use an ability though. I'm gonna use my reaction to Song of Defense, so I'm gonna take minus the damage times the spell slot times 5, so I'm gonna do a level 5 spell slot minus
Okay.
25.
Alright.
Actually, you know, before that tells me I only try to use this shield.
Uh-oh is,
Hey, Bracken,
Yeah, you
go
use
up.
2d4.
Uh-oh is correct.
Yeah.
Wait, so how many points is that?
39.
64.
Yeah, 39
Or-
fire and 35
Oh.
necrotic.
I don't need to use my shield.
It's just exploded back.
Shield blocks the damage, and I'm like,
So who is knocked?
I'm not. And so is Sylvan.
Alright.
Dorias got his damage out early.
Well, as it leads to Torrent's turn, death saving throws.
I'm not giving you guys this one, so that one wants to die. Makes sense to do.
As the Death Knights wreak havoc on this close-quartered room.
There you go. Come on, Faye. Outback people, guide me.
Did you get it?
Bring the
Wow,
Pepsi
that was
can.
so lucky.
Pepsi can.
It's only fate and I. I'll come back.
Alright. Alcor,
You don't have enough time anymore.
I will. Use my bonus action to go to my Blade Song, and then I will cast Haste on myself.
Alright.
And I will move this guy right here,
Okay.
and then I will take my 1 extra attack that I get,
Okay.
Oh shit. And then one of my abilities, on one of my attacks, I can use a cantrip instead.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Booming Blade on him.
Alrighty.
So it's melee weapon attack, and he just takes a little bit more damage.
Got it.
22.
Hits.
Okay, then he takes 2d8 extra, so. Nice, 8, 13. Nice. 19. 27 points of damage.
Nice.
And about half of that is thunder if that makes a difference. The other part would be magical slash.
Alright. Yeah.
And that is my turn.
Say you guys see Elcor charge up to the Death Knight on the left, drive into it with this magical blade, and Bradley, you are up.
I thought I had this spell.
And Bradley.
Let me actually see if I have the red.
Nope, I don't. We're just gonna go with what is it? A chromatic orb.
Chromatic orb.
Let's do wild magic. Good. $19 to hit.
Misses.
And that's his turn.
You guys see Bradley fire a chromatic orb and it whizzes past and smacks the wall behind the Death Knight. Sylvan, death save.
Got it.
Brecken, you are up.
I'm gonna make my attacks at the
Death Knight on the left?
Yep. Before I do that, I'm gonna change my spell on him. I'm gonna actually cast, it's concentration, so I assume I lose the Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast a level 3 Ensnaring Strike on him.
Okay.
So this is going to... Next time I hit a creature with this weapon attack before the spell ends, he gets ensnared by thorns, and he has to make a strength saving throw, or be restrained until the spell ends.
Okay. Strength
If he
save?
succeeds, the vines shrivel away. But while he's restrained, at the start of each turn, he takes 1d6 piercing damage. He has to make a success to be freed, but every level I use above it, it adds d6. So it'll be 3d6 of piercing damage.
Okay.
Succeeds, he can't move, so his speed becomes 0, and he doesn't benefit from any bonuses of speed. His attacks against him are at advantage, and his attacks are at disadvantage.
Okay.
And he has a disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Alright, so he needs to pass a strength.
No, he rolls to hit first.
Okay, then he
I don't know what, doesn't really give me anything to go off of for the strength saving throw, though.
It's
It'd just be your
DC.
spell
Your
level.
DC.
I think it's like 14 or 13 or something.
I'll look that up in a minute.
It's 8 plus proficiency plus your spell casting.
So 24 gonna hit?
Hits.
Okay. So he's gonna take 18 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
And now he's gonna make that strength saving throw, which is,
Probably got like a +9 in strength.
yeah, I don't know what my thing is. Save DC equals 13. Is that what that would be? Save DC?
Yep.
Mine says 13.
Well, he fails.
Sweet.
He rolls a crit fail and an 11.
Awesome. Okay,
So
so I'm gonna take
he
my
fails.
other attack on him too.
All right, it's at advantage now too.
Yeah. Good thing. Really didn't matter. It still sucked. 17.
Misses.
Shit. Do anything else? I just stay where I'm at, I think.
Ooh.
What a gassy party tonight.
Yep,
Is that it for Brecken?
It's my turn.
So you guys see Brecken shoot this arrow and it binds up this Death Knight.
Yeah, so that Death Knight
It's a good spell.
speed is 0.
He's gonna take 3d6 of piercing damage.
Let's take his knees before he
Attack
got
rolls
here.
have disadvantage. Attackers have advantage, and then he has dex.
That's the one on me or on. Is
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
that mine that I'm fighting?
Yep, it is.
Let's go.
Doris, you
We
were
got hit.
Alright, so Darius is gonna see how not well Dorias is, and he's gonna call him back in the ring. So we'll shout Sorka, and then that's his action. Going to probably just go up here, I guess.
all right.
Actually, before you do anything, I want you to make an animal handling check.
Decent. Let's see, a 13 or an 18? That's a 13.
Are these
19.
coins? Are these coins
19.
rolls? Is that what these are?
Yeah.
Rerolls, yep.
Good to know.
And they are
that.
sessions.
When you are off Dorias and you go to speak Sorka, Dorias stands tall, even though badly injured. And as you go to speak Sorka, he looks at you in a almost rage. And as you speak Sorka to him, he says one word: "I stand." In Draconic.
That's 2 words.
2 words.
Hey,
One word.
He's a dragon. He's
It's
not very
then. He
smart.
said it's then.
Yeah, and then knowing that, I'm like, we'll talk later. And I'll put it back in the ring.
All right, so that leads us to the Death Knights. Is that it for you, Doris?
So
yeah,
takes
that's all I can do.
3d6 of piercing.
All right, 3. You want to roll that?
Oh, you want me to roll it?
Yeah,
I can
you
do
go
it.
3d6.
3d6. Oh yeah, yeah.
So you're gonna take 7 points of piercing.
All right. And Doris, the one closest to you, he reaches out his deathly hand. He binds it to your helmet and he starts to squeeze it as you feel the helmet around you start to collapse and it touches your chin now. You need to make a charisma saving throw.
He's a charismatic dude.
This has been great today.
There's been a couple
18.
of beats when I was doing my.
I know. There's a couple of great ones. Yeah.
It's been kind of on point tonight.
Sometimes it just knows.
Fails. And with that, you guys see the Death Knight grabbing Doris. It clenches, and then you hear, and Doris disappears from the map.
Whoa.
Congrats.
Oh, see you, Doris.
Deuces, boys.
So go bring some Jordans back from Earth.
Yeah.
All right.
Come back with a pair for everybody.
That's his move, and the other one. Let's see what he's got cooked up here.
He's got cooking.
18 fucking fails, my god.
You're gonna do some damage.
Lord. He's cooking, and I am cooking. I am dead. He not gonna do shit.
He's gonna make 3 weapon attacks.
Oh yeah! Come on, bitch!
At disadvantage.
Oh shit! Really?
Yep.
Oh, that
Oh,
sucks. Alright, well, the first one, that will be or I guess it tells me right here, doesn't it? A 23.
Misses.
It's a disadvantage anyway, so it doesn't matter. Crit fail. Alright, so second one misses. One more. We got one more. Crit fail again!
You have your AC boosted? Yeah.
So you guys see this Death Knight grab his
He's not
long
gonna hit
sword, and he's swinging, and Elcor's just elusively dodging out of this
Of course it is.
great swords.
He's freaking OP.
Wait, Torin, you're up. Oh, here we go.
The problem with wizards, I don't have any fucking heal spells. I can't do nothing.
You're good, man. The only thing you can do is kill.
I was gonna try and
I can't
Yep.
do. I was gonna do life transversions, but I'll just kill myself. And it's not worth it.
All right, Elcor, you're up. As you see, as you make, as you hear a come from Torin's body.
Yeah, it's life coming back to me.
I will.
Drawing out my druid energy.
Where's the other Death Knight at? Oh, he's still over here.
Yeah. All right, and two corners. Yeah. We're just gonna say he is.
I'm going to let's try this. My move. Okay, I'm gonna move. Actually, I'm gonna use my. First, I'm gonna use my haste attack first. I'll just try to hit him. So I'm at advantage, right?
Yep.
I don't know. Just grab my helmet and I
22.
Hits.
Perfect. And nice. 12 points of damage.
All right.
And then I will. I'll let him try to take attack opportunity at me.
All right. Oh yeah. Or no, that's the other one.
Still disadvantage still too.
Okay. So, fucking 23 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Fuck.
And then I will cast Steel Wind Strike, and I will attack both of them.
Very nice.
I'll do the advantage one first.
All right.
It's cocked. Not gonna hit.
Okay.
15, 16?
Nope.
Okay, 25 on the next one.
Ooh, good.
I was gonna be so pissed if I did that.
This
Didn't hit
one
anyone.
has concentration, so you wanted to fucking smack that one.
60, 10. I don't think I have that anymore either. Is that bad? Okay, actually, can I roll that quick?
Do you need another one?
No, I'll just roll these twice again.
Does somebody have another one of my inspirations?
I have one.
Ooh,
You have one.
good.
I've been waiting to use
You have one, Darius, in your box there? I'm missing one of mine.
36 points of force damage.
I'm missing one of mine.
Nice.
I'm good. I don't have.
Oh.
Oh wait, actually.
And then I will then.
It's 30 feet of range, so you would actually have to be there.
Oh, sorry.
I wanted to bracket
Just so, and you can hit him there. Just move
So
it.
he needs to get an 18 on con.
Yes,
right?
correct. Because that's just one. Yep.
When I took 55, I had to get a 20.
And he fails. God damn you.
And then my movements.
And you see Doris come right back into the same spot he was in.
50 this way. Let me check what
He
my
casted
movement is.
banishment on you.
Oh, sick.
Where'd you
Do you
go?
boost the movement if you have haste on?
Beats the fuck
Speed
out
is
of me.
doubled? Holy shit, I can move 100 feet when I'm
Oh
hasted.
no!
Oh,
In
I thought you always
banishment, you actually see when you are in place, you're in this building, face to face with the Death Knight. He reaches out and he grabs, and your helmet almost feels like it shrinks, and then your body just gets pulled, as if it's getting pulled into a different dimension. But you find yourself in your home.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
On Kingsmain, you feel yourself in your home, but it feels as if it's like shadowy and very different. It feels like everything's run down and broken. And you realize this isn't it's a depiction of your home.
And then I'll just move back to where he was.
Okay.
Because I got plenty of movement.
Gotcha. So you guys see Elcor going all over, Steelwind striking both Death Knights. Doris somehow reappears, and it leads us to Bradley.
Oh man, I wish I knew more of this. You know what? Fuck it. Just another chromatic orb on.
Medical orb that bitch.
Chromatic orb. I don't know what his plus is. Does anybody? Is it
Plus
9?
7.
Plus 9.
Plus 9.
9, so dirty 20.
Beats it.
Yeah, because he has 5.
He's going to choose
Which one are you attacking? The one with advantage?
advantage, yeah.
Alright.
He will choose. I think he'll choose lightning, seeing that Brecken's hits didn't seem to do any
A
reduction.
reduced amount of damage. Of damage.
$12 points of lightning damage.
Alright, and so you guys see this chromatic orb smack into this Death Knight in the corner.
He's good with wild magic.
Alright, leaving this to the top again. Sylvan.
Your
Death
second
save.
one.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yep.
I do.
I did what
I got
No,
it.
you're good.
You
Alright,
spell.
Brecken.
Everything's dropping today.
Leave it to
I'm
fate.
gonna attack the homie over here that's still held up by my vines.
I'm ready to be barbarian. I can't fight in this game.
I know. It's like sometimes mages
29
are
to
so
hit.
good when you get your abilities off, and then when you don't, it's like you're useless.
I'm gonna use Piercer in that one. Nice.
Might just go.
I'm gonna add the inspiration die to it.
That'd be
That
awesome.
would be hilarious.
Things I like.
I was looking into it.
lightning damage.
That new homebrew.
Not bad.
Here's your inspiration dice back.
Oh, sweet, thank you. You can't use.
And then I'm gonna use my other attack on him too. So
Great.
it's gonna be advantage.
Or you can't cast spells. But
Cocked.
so it would be terrible.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to do nothing.
Remember the new homebrew.
19 doesn't quite do it.
This is, yep.
I can use my reroll.
Oh, nice. Yep, I'll take that.
Heal somebody.
Okay, that should do it. That'll be 25 to hit.
Smacks him. Nice. Nice reroll, Brecken.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be
And so 15 more
in a
points
short
of
rest.
bludgeoning
It can be
damage.
anytime.
Hey, you should do this on your death save, whether you know it or not.
I was thinking that.
Only these ones come for that.
No, I'm just being a
Just
dumbass.
reminder them. But
All right.
we didn't say that.
Brecken, you fire a couple arrows.
I mean, it
and
wouldn't
you
matter
see-
because
You
you wouldn't
had a
know
break.
yes or no.
Yeah, he hit him a couple times there. So you see his armor shake with the electricity, and a couple of it falls off. Dars, you were up.
Lightning does extra damage.
You were kind of stunned, not actually stunned, but you're back.
Okay.
Kind of in shock of what just happened. As you were brought back into this battle scene. Being that.
Okay.
And that spike is a minute for duration too. I
Okay.
don't know how many times that
I'll
is.
take an attack of opportunity, and
Okay.
I'll go 25 here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna give Torin a minor healing potion.
Okay. 23 will hit, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Damn it. Even with the shield.
I don't know what that is. 7 points of slashing.
Okay. It's worth it.
Pretty shitty. And so
Got a
Torin,
little piece of you though.
Yeah, I'll take -3 of that too. So.
are you using your action to give him it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get all of whatever he's giving you.
Okay, how much is it?
It's just a minor, so I think it's a
2d4.
2d4 and plus 2.
2,
You
so
don't wanna
10.
die.
So
Well, I
10,
just
you
get
get
it.
10, you
Oh,
get
okay,
10.
okay.
Yeah.
Hit points back.
Yeah, since I used my action.
And then Dars, you still have your
So I
bonus
see.
if you can do anything with your bonus.
When I hit level 12,
Would we say that I could do like that medicine check with my bonus on him?
No, because a medicine check, like to try
Right,
to
does that
stabilize
work?
somebody would be.
You can,
Okay.
I mean, you
This
could
number
give
or
a
the number
potion as
below
a bonus if you
Well,
have any
the
left,
number
but you
below
roll
it
for
gets
that instead.
I do,
changes
yeah.
when that gets up.
Or
Or you can take a feat.
Yeah, I guess I'll just use
Let
my
me see your
bonus action
stats.
to give him another minor potion I have, and then I just roll.
So
for
that
it.
one you roll 2d4 plus
Yeah.
2. Yep.
Nice 4.
You probably, if you could find a feat that give you like plus
So
1 con or something else.
4, 5,
7.
7.
Because this
Yeah.
will give
So
plus
Sylvan,
3.
you are
got that
back.
plus
Torin,
3,
you
that'll
are
give
back.
12 HP.
Let's go.
And then, God, fuck.
Well, it says I can
Get
add 2 to any one I want.
Makes it good.
So I could
The
put
Death
down
Knights are up.
17.
Yeah, but 16 and 17 are the same. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I would do, so there's some feats that give you like plus 1 con and then something else. So I would do that over just going just straight plus the con. Sorry, we're talking about something else.
No,
You
you're
guys
good.
can go.
Brecken, you can roll 3d6 again
You're
for the
treating
piercing
machine.
damage on
Yep.
that Death Knight.
7 more points, Pearson.
Got it. Okay. You see this one over here. Now he looks over towards the group that just got healed, and again, he's combining his weapon with this magical energy, and he is going to slam it down. Now this is something, it is a spell.
Oh. Counter spell's ass.
Alright.
Level 3.
Level 3. This is a level 5.
Maybe 15.
So 15, yep, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So I guess I gotta roll 50-50 chance because I got +5. So.
Come on!
Come on! Yes!
Nice! And so as he slams it down, you see it doesn't even go into the ground. It as the red comes into the sword, and it dispels all the magic that was imbued into that sword. That's his turn. The next one, he is going to charge up. And he's going to take 3 attacks at Bradley.
He actually might be fucked.
Yep. That is a 24. That would hit it. So 27. And then another 27. So he's got 3 attacks coming his way. Okay, so Jesus. Fucking rolled really well. So he takes 38 points of slashing.
We don't know his HP, but I know he had been. I think he had been healed at some point at the end of the session last time. So we'll say he's looking very hurt.
Also, I didn't realize this, but his
Put him at
sword does
50.
necrotic damage as well, so he's rolling to that.
He might be fucking dead.
Yeah, he's fucked. He's probably fucked.
Yeah,
He's down. He's down,
Yeah,
for sure.
It's knocked.
And that is the Death Knight's turn as one gets counterspelled, the other one slashes Bradley down. Torin, you are up.
Okay. I'm laying there right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna decide to get up.
Yep.
It's after movement.
And as you see, you look around. Sylvan's down, but it looks like he's breathing, but Bradley looks very injured. He just got a few
So
slash
you
marks
go
into
in
his
D&D, you
chest.
turn a different page,
The
not
Death
like
Knight
in
is
class.
standing over
Like
him.
anyone can take a feat.
Oh.
So go, like just search on
Okay,
Google, like D&D 5e feats.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm just gonna go ahead and place.
And you can even take it a step further and go like D&D Ranger feats.
Great.
I'm gonna do Mass Cure Wounds
Okay.
on this spot, so that should get everybody, all 6 of us.
Okay.
And actually, before I even do that, I'm gonna go into my Star Druid form. And go in my chalice, so I can get that extra 2d8 to something
Okay.
nearby.
Yep.
So,
Make sure you mark off those potions too.
Yeah, I did. I got them on here. I've used 2 and I had 3.
Mass Cure Wounds. Okay. I have to roll for that. 3d8. 3, 8, 13. So 3d8 plus 5. So 13. So you got 18 points of health. And then I will give an extra 2d8 plus 5 to Sylvan.
All right.
Oh, damn it. Why we give it to that guy?
3,
So many points did we get there?
11. You
17.
got another 16
Or
points
18.
of health.
18.
And Bradley is awakened.
You
Was it
know,
a view except
It's
for
back. It's back.
the health just,
Okay, I was actually good for a while. I wasn't ripping ass,
the
but
health just
you were
leaked
up.
out of him.
I am up.
Yep.
You guys hear Torin get up and he sings this melody and it goes into everyone's ears and heals them a little bit. Elcor, you are up.
Bradley on deck. He's just gonna do one last command short. Might as well.
That guy still had advantage, right?
Correct.
Yes.
I'm just gonna, I'll move, I'll let him take another attack opportunity. I mean, he's not gonna do shit.
That's 32.
Yeah, he spoke to me.
Good?
Yeah, he spoke to me.
Alright.
He did with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Alright, so let's see. 23?
No!
yeah!
Yeah!
Baby.
Then you're impossible to hit. They have disadvantage on you?
Yeah.
Well, he's got disadvantage
Oh,
from
I see.
whatever spell.
I'll do another Steel Wind Strike. I'll do advantage guy first again.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'll smack 24.
Hits.
Next guy. Nice! 24 again.
Nice. Which guy you going first? Left?
I'll go that guy first.
Alright.
This is a classic.
Yeah.
46 points on him.
Volatile.
Damn!
Force.
Nice.
And then
Use the
second guy.
Volatile reaction.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
Kevin McLeod.
30 on the
I
next
got the
guy.
tag of an eye. Venture series.
And then I'll go back over, and then I'll take my my free my extra haste attack. Oh, my extra haste attack on him.
So yeah, you guys see Elcor. He dashes around, Steel Wind Strikes. Sees the Death Knight on the left. You see armor plates kind of fly off him as he takes this force damage, and the Knight on the right, you see a little bit of armor start to fade
22
away
hits?
as well. Yep.
Uh, 10 points of damage.
Very nice. You see this Knight on the left. He's got very little armor left on him as he's crumbling. Bradley, you're up.
He's gonna use his last chromatic orb on the advantage guy.
He's gonna stand up, right?
He misses.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, I think it's fine.
My turn. Alright, we're gonna spam it again. Steel Wind Strike.
Oh, nice!
Nice spell. What the hell?
Come on, Sylvan! Come on, Sylvan!
So I'll do it.
No counter spell.
I'll do it. Yeah, usually my spells get counter
I
spell.
wish they had counter spell.
I'll do that one first.
Wait,
God, I'm a mess. Here you go.
I didn't say it. If you guys were like, oh, you said it. That's what I just did. This
So
is.
if I use that,
Yeah, go on.
What's that?
Do I get to reroll both advantage or just one?
No, it's just the one.
Just one.
Yeah, I missed. That
The-
was I got a 4, 4, and 9. So then I'll do the other one. There's an at 20. at least.
Nice.
Oh, nice. So you just double damage on him.
Nice. And that's the one with 4
Nice.
health. That's good.
12 what? D10s?
It's a lot.
Hey, you can kill him here.
I got 6 of them.
Sylvan Stinky. You can kill him.
No, it would be OP if you did that spell and then you had like 1 level in sorcery and you did the one where you do max damage. On
Oh yeah, or actually, I think it's only level 4s and below. I think Steel Wind's a 5th level, isn't it?
And it might be have to be an area effect too.
Enhance.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought.
I'll look. I'll take it out.
Because I think
enhanced has to be a.
I think Blight's technically the best spell you can use that overcharged with, or whatever it's called.
Rolling good or bad over there?
Terrible. I roll so bad. 36. 44.
No.
55.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not good though. Like
Still going with this force
I didn't even
damage,
hit
you
60.
blast some of that armor off. Doing a significant amount of damage to that Knight on the right. Is that it for you, Sylvan?
Oh, that's a wizard
Yeah,
thing.
I'll
It's not,
just let it go.
it's not
Yeah.
this one you just reroll. You can reroll your charisma modifier. So not as good.
Brecken, you
You
are up.
roll dice up to your charisma modifier. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep attacking that dude until I'll bind up. He's a bitch. Yikes. He was the one that.
First one's gonna miss.
Oh god, that's terrible.
And smacks the
Oh, there's a
wall.
nat 20.
Nice.
Hey, baby, let's go.
there it is.
Use that.
That doubles it.
Yep. Doubles the dice roll.
No, he hit him with something, and then that must have broken.
Yes,
his
yeah,
concentration.
no. See, Matt Potter.
Dude, he's.
He's fine.
I don't think he's gonna get that.
Hey,
guy.
talk off camera.
Oh
Yeah, I was gonna say don't say that.
How much that is?
No, you're good.
No, viewers.
Someone check the viewers.
25 points of lightning damage.
How much?
25.
Nice.
We're getting canceled.
Oh, what was that? My turn.
Don't worry, we only have
All right. We only have 30 people watching. Doris, you are up.
no viewers.
Alright, so Doris is
That
going
was you. We
to.
had 0. I was the only one
Doris is gonna
when we
dash.
started. I was the
And
only
so
one
he's gonna
watching.
put.
Yeah,
He's gonna
we're
go
actually-
this way and in a line. He's gonna use that his lance ability that he's got, where I charge in a straight line, and then the target that I hit has to make a strength saving throw,
All right.
or else they take 3d10.
I'm kind of the new tank of this party. You guys know that?
You think I'm dead or something?
Fails the strength.
All right, so then he
That's
is
fucking
going
bullshit.
to
I haven't been on a stream in a
roll
while.
that shield down it.
Torrent,
Charge up.
get up there. And your point not pretty. Of course, Sylvan is the coolest character.
3, 8, so 16, and so 19 points of damage on him.
All right.
And then, and if he fails his strength save on that, he's knocked prone.
All right. You want to knock him down?
Advantage.
All right. So you see Doris charge, and these ghostly images charge with them, and they drive their pikes into this Death Knight, leading up to their turn.
Reckon you can roll your 3d6.
Okay, somebody just wrote that.
That was me before, probably. I'm just thinking.
13 points.
It worked its way.
Nice.
No, I think it's in your pants.
She's hanging around.
All right. So this Death Knight is going to target. Let's see which one.
Don't even roll. We know it's Keith's gonna
Roll
be.
D4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a
Wait,
red
which
one.
one's fighting? Which one's attacking?
This one right here.
Oh, sorry.
It's gonna be me.
Somehow.
All right. Sylvan, you're 1. Doris
It'll be a
2.
while.
Bradley 3.
Give me a 2!
I'm not even-
Two!
Let's go! 2! Pick number 2 on the left! Fight, Jacob, close fight!
That's a nat 20 on you.
Fuck!
So.
I'll use. Or wait. Yeah, I'll use Sylvie.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wheel it.
All right. So.
He's
Well,
gonna
well,
wheel.
well,
All silvery barbs on the table.
Oh.
Minus
What is
4.
that, 13? So a 24.
Minus
So
4.
20. What's the 20?
No.
Ooh, it misses. All right.
Oh,
There's that shield.
Let's go!
There's that shield.
Nice.
All
That's
right.
everything
Next
we
attack.
had.
That smacks you. That's a 30. And then the last attack. That
Oh,
you can
he's
take.
got a fuck ton of light.
Doris, let me give you advantage on your next attack.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that
he-
smacks you too.
He was hiding in his
29.
house. That was all rumbled for
Yeah.
a while.
It's dark.
All right.
Spooky in
I
there.
didn't realize.
I didn't realize this guy was sitting at fucking 200
realize
HP
that.
over
No,
here.
he just threw his dragon under the
Oh my
wall.
god.
That's
He also healed me later.
That's insane,
He's fine.
Portia. All right.
True.
Where's fucking Zodia when you need him?
He's like, "Man, these guys never do
He's
anything.
not your Hulk.
Why do we
Alright.
why do we fight shit that's fucking good and we always never have a party?
We
member
never have a
with
party
us?
How
Let's
many
just-
how
let's
many
just
attacks are you doing in like
Let's just let
succession here,
Zodia
Clint?
like stay.
3 or
Let's just
2.
bring
I'm
Zodia
gonna
up
do
all
it
the
too.
time.
Put him in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Put
so
Zodia in the ring. Have Doris watch the ship.
So he's in the ring.
It doesn't work.
you take 24 slashing, Doris,
Okay.
and then you have 8d8 necrotic coming your
He's a
way.
dragon
Okay.
ball.
Minus.
It's funny though. You both are in.
Ooh,
Zodia just pops out.
24 to my HP.
20.
Are you
30.
did we sell Sigma?
No.
We need to sell
You
it.
take 52 points of necrotic damage.
Jesus Christ.
Cause you got your other sword and your hammer.
All right,
If you're
and then the
hammer.
last Death
Oh,
Knight.
that axe.
Yeah.
I've dismantled that.
Um,
I want to use that.
Give it to that guy.
He's got
Bless
17
you, bless
weapons,
you.
so.
I mean, if you want to use it, but I don't think you've used that.
Hey, Elico, bitch ass, he's attacking you.
He not hit shit.
Can he make a strength save to get out of that shit?
Yeah.
Or is he just fucking ass for?
Actually, I don't think you can. You have to. You're stuck in it until the end of the spell, unless you have another person that can pull you out of it.
What does it say? What does it say? What's through the rules?
It
What's
says-
the call?
It
What's
says
the call?
the thing. It's for the whole spell.
See it. Let's see it. You might be right. I don't know.
Check the verbiage.
Frickin' spellbook.
No, but
Oh, it uses action. So you have to use your action to get out.
Action. He's almost dead. He's gonna kick Alcor's ass. All right, 3 attacks coming at you, Alcor.
But just still disadvantage.
Okay, 1 will hit.
What is it?
It
Yeah.
was
Was it
a
disadvantage?
28.
I will
Yep.
shield and it misses.
Shit. All right. Well,
What's your AC right now? 29.
two miss, but he's a badass.
Huh?
You didn't use your reaction before, did you?
All right, all 3 miss. God damn it. That's-
I was so barbs and nothing. I was saving my shield.
All right.
I did that. You, I swear I didn't. What, did I use
That
my
was last
reaction?
turn you used
I'm
it.
gonna use.
I used them last time, but
Because you used them one.
I'm gonna change
last
my.
turn.
I'm gonna change my archer
Yeah.
form. Which one's more hurt here?
then I got my
Left.
turn back, so I'm good.
Yeah, I know. I was.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 29 is the peak
I'm
of my
gonna
EC.
use-
That's actually insane.
Unless I might have to get a
gonna
ring
use
protection,
blight.
get that to 30.
All right.
as well.
Okay. You have to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
It's good in certain aspects like these guys. 'Cause,
You
like,
got an 8.
Nope.
honestly, like
So
this
as
guy
you
can't
take
do nothing. Which means I'll
8d8
counter spell anything if
damage.
fucking wants to do. 8d8.
8, 15,
It's gonna kill him.
17.
Oh god, he's throwing one.
18.
Oh my
I
god.
think that was my 5th one.
Me and you.
He just runs 4 into the red.
Yeah, 17, 16, 17, 18. So I had 3 more. 18, 21, 29, 31, and then that's necrotic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will also shoot my 2 archer shots at him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the hit.
You can do that. Hopefully kill him.
Nat 20.
Nice.
And
He's
then
a bad man.
What type of damage are these arrows?
the arrows.
We know he's gonna roll all these 2 ones.
Radiant?
I'm feeling
Yeah, I think it is
Wow.
radiant.
Star Druid.
He's a bad man.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, low key, I'm throwing this team in my back this fight.
Holy shit! I didn't. That's
It just
nuts.
says. Oh yeah, radiant. So
Alright.
it's 2d8 plus 5. 3. Another 11 points of damage.
All right, so you guys see
You
Torn.
critted, right?
He
Oh, I
cast.
critted, so 22
12.
or
22.
Time plus 5.
so 17.
So you guys see
Oh,
Torn. He
6,
brings down
yeah.
the sickness of blight and it splashes over this guy, and he just soaks it up, and it almost looks like it heals him. But then he fires these 2 starlight shots, and it shoots the knight, and you just see the knight topple down as he kills him. Or wait, shit, no, I was the wrong guy.
I'll take them both.
That was this guy.
Take them both.
Um,
Spell.
Is that it for you, Torn?
Yeah.
Elcor, you are up.
Good magic missile.
Elcorn, Elcorny.
Corny. I'll just move over here.
It's
Mm-hmm.
great. So much moving out there, kid.
I get 100 more.
Is this a homebrew?
I'm not even a multi-class, dude. This is just a new thing. I'll already take my cantrip. I'll take my cantrip at him first.
He's using D&D 1 subclass F. He shouldn't technically.
No, that's not true. It's a real D&D class.
If it's D&D 1, we're on 5e, buddy.
It's D&D 5e. I'll just attack first with my. I'll use Boom and Blade. Oh, that was a D 29.
It's
What did you say?
He's flustering me over here.
He's just
24 points of damage.
and with that you see this knight topple down.
I'm getting flustered by the DM is flustering me.
He takes 7 points of psychic.
And now
Darth is advantage still.
all of the Death Knights have perished, and you guys are left in this room. And as the Death Knights fall, make perception checks, everyone.
Real quick before that happens, does he have a helmet on?
The Death Knight? Yes, he has an
I
helmet.
like lift up the mask.
It just.
So you realize when you actually lift up the mask, there is no body.
I wanted that because I wanted to ricochet.
All right. Sleight of hand.
I would
Sleight of hand. See if you
I
can
would tell
catch the
you
knight's head of it.
Damn it! Good fail.
Yeah.
Shit his pants
So
on.
yeah, you actually trip and you stumble over the knight and you land right between Bradley's legs and you fart right in his face and it knocks him prone.
I'm gonna cast wall fire on Steve.
Wait.
So perception check.
Perception.
I got 19.
Wait.
16.
Fuck. Oh, I wanted to cast spell on Sylvan, but I don't have it. Never mind.
It's all right.
What'd you get, Sylvan? Fail.
16.
Pass.
I was
19.
preoccupied.
Pass.
What's it say?
Perception.
Ooh. 2.
Fail. Fail. So you guys see on the ground, very hidden into the cobblestone, you see spiders crawling away from the armors.
Oh, they were in there.
Bastards.
I just do this. Or whoever, maybe everywhere.
They come crawling back.
They come back into the armor.
And with that, carrying over those 2 perception checks to essentially anything above 15, you notice that although that these Death Knights cast that fire and necrotic damage, which you would expect to burn anything that is able to be burned, including the books here, seem to have done no damage to these books at all.
Screw. Did anybody check the altar out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He rolled a net 20 before.
Okay.
What do you guys say? Should I just take every single book in here just so that guy doesn't have them anymore?
Burn them.
Sure.
Good. At the very least, you can
Sure.
feed on a Tito.
It's kind of nice.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
let
eat
Tito
them all
feast on
tonight.
all of
Can
them.
I just go around with my bag of holding and just
Yeah. What do y'all have in the bag holding?
decent amount?
Yeah, this guy just makes things happen.
What did you say?
He just makes things happen. He's just doing shit.
Who, me?
Yeah, you know what feet to pick. The bag of holding's gonna be like already exceeded.
Still a good one in there.
Just finger, breastplate, half cleaver, letter,
So some of them
that
you have to
tablet.
be a certain race or whatever it looks
Yeah,
like.
there's like a
Stand on
pre-wrapped
Drax's
stuff.
head. A sword, a giant telescope, which I don't think I actually have that. Like, don't we have that?
That's on the ship.
That's
How
how
you
you
stand on Drax's head?
I don't know why I have that.
Should put it in our shit.
Pile of nightshade toxin, 10 nightshade leaves, mysterious potion, and hat of the false wizard.
You don't have that hat either.
He just still has to take that out of his inventory. He's trying to cheese that.
You don't have that either.
Yeah. That's what I got.
You can maybe take 30 books.
Oh wow, more. So I can get only 30.
Yep,
So I want to take the nice ones though along the back.
No,
Okay.
the dirty ones are
So
best.
I get 30 bucks. God, I have a lot of books. And I have a lot of books.
Well, you would have.
And some other books in here.
Get the old books.
You would take 24 books.
Okay.
And you can say 24 fiendish books. Just put. Or necromantic books, whatever you want to put.
And then I just put Octavius's lair, or Octavius's house, temple,
Banner, yeah.
manor.
Anybody else want to do anything while we're in here?
Hey, actually, what I want to do quick, so those nightshade leaves, I'm gonna take them out, and I'm gonna transfer them over into my alchemist pack.
Okay.
We must get out of here.
I agree.
This place is
As
cursed.
you all start leaving this manor of sorts, you go out through the front door and you see a bunch of imps still roaming around, and there's a couple of different flying devils off in the distance, but it seems decently still in here other than those small scorpion reddish beings, the imps flying around. You see dozens of them. Not necessarily right outside the door, but they're not approaching you, but they're also acknowledging that you are still there.
They know who we are.
How do you just get out of here, don't you say?
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. Let's go. I'll start leading us back. Hurricane.
Should we fly?
You want to fly?
Or actually, let's just take the magic carpet.
Now conjure animals. Here we go.
Okay, let's go back up to
Let me
that
use my
spot.
spell. Let me check my spells. I don't want to cast as a level 5, but I will. Oh, I know. It's I got a couple 3s left.
I was gonna say that's crazy if you're casting that level
That
5.
would have been wild. Okay.
40
yeah.
owls just
Yes.
show up.
8 owls.
And so yeah, you guys get out to this kind of area, and you see 8 owls conjure up by Torin casting some ritual.
I'm gonna tell the owls that are not, like, we're not riding. I want 2 of them. Is anybody taking the carpet? Anyone taking carpet?
Yeah, me and Bradley. Alright,
Okay.
Bradley, well, I'll take an owl.
Okay. So then we'll have 3 left over.
Yeah.
I want 2, like, out to the side. I'm gonna tell them to flank out
Mhm.
wider to kind of watch for any incoming trouble.
Okay.
And then one's gonna follow us up the rear.
Okay.
And give me
Yeah.
a signal of 3 who's in case danger comes.
Okay. And they kind of. And so yeah, you guys have your designated owls, and I'm assuming everyone hops on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so they start leading you up to the area that you guys came from, up in that high kind of cracked cave up high atop the mountain, and you guys see Torin. Along the way, the back owl goes ooh ooh, and you see some imps kind of going your way, and that back owl kind of flanks out towards the middle of the room, and you see some little firebolts going at it, kind of distracting the imps that are, alerted by your guys' travel, and it's taking the cover for you. And that one eventually kind of gets picked off, but then the left flank owl kind of replaces him, and he's dragging the devils and the imps kind of further into the cave,
Next man in.
providing you guys safe passage up to that kind of crack in the ceiling.
Perfect.
Which eventually you guys all get there, and kind of one by one they get to the spot where you can climb into that crack you saw, and it's kind of just an assembly line of you guys getting off.
Let's get off our owls.
Yeah, because the owls can't fit in there.
Owls, attack the imps.
And after everyone gets off, you see, I think you got like 6 remaining. You see them all go down and start aerial combating.
Let's go.
I'm picturing Argentavis's.
Oh yeah, when they're like flapping.
Yeah.
And there's a little combat ensuing down in the middle of the room right now.
Let's go now. They're distracted.
We need to leave.
But yeah, you guys go back out the way you came in, and again, get out, and it's even more stormy and cloudy now, out in the actual, the land of Perry Brooks, if you will. And traveling down this mountain, you again come to that fork in the road where you can go right, or you can continue to go down to the passage that brought you up to this point.
Maybe we should go down. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, because that would take us back where we initially came
Yep,
in.
yep, down.
Yeah, we'll go
We
down.
may need to find a spot to sleep.
You also conjure more owls to get us out of
Oh,
here.
you can. That would be perfect.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go down first.
Yep,
Try
yep.
to get, we're
Going
gonna try
down.
to get out of there.
Yep.
Dogs, would you mind if I studied that spell book that you had?
Yes. I'll pull it out of my bag and give it to Elcor.
All right.
Yep.
I will take the time, maybe tonight, and see if I can decipher anything from these spells and see if maybe I can translate any of this to my spell book.
And yeah, we'll say you guys do that kind of as you traveling down the mountain, and then you guys end up getting to the base of the mountain where, your travels in this region began, up the Miners Wool Mountains. Did you want to summon owls?
Before I do that, can I do a perception check to see if I see any spots of like where you can take some shelter or anything
Yeah.
that looks good to me?
Yeah.
20.
Nice. Being at the base of the mountain, there are some kind of spots that jut into the mountain. It's kind of unsteady, and you know, going into those kind of cracks and crevices could provide some cover from, you know, just natural sighting.
Let's rest here. Follow me. And I'll take him in there.
All right. Yeah, and the atmosphere again, it's still just as when you arrived. Kind of the swirling clouds, you know, atop the mountain peak with lightning strikes coming down, and you guys set up camp.
Okay. I think we should obviously get our full rest, but we need to get into the city town as soon as possible with what's
I
going
agree.
on.
I agree.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, I don't ever really need to sleep, but
Can we travel at all? With your owls for a little bit? Or I
Yeah.
guess we have our own
I
means.
thought we can only make it 1 hour. I mean, technically, I could get us up to 3 hours of travel. How can I do a history check to see how far out we are from town, or 6?
You know, it's much quicker. It's within a day. It's within a daylight too. So, you know, it's close, but it is probably 7 p.m. right now.
I believe we should rest and then we can go straight to that other town that we were talking about.
I can only get us
That's
4 hours, and one of those would be a
Really? We just
6
go
level
Far
spell.
No, not Far Island.
Starsgoy?
That'd be a
Starsgoy.
lot of owls.
There's no point in going to the city and then going to Starsgoy. We go straight to Starsgoy.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna, while we're kind of just like at camp and stuff like that, I'm gonna call Dorias back out, and then I'm gonna use the rest of the rations that I have in my bag of holding from like that meat crate that I've got, and I'm gonna.
How many? Wait, do I still have that baby with me?
Yeah, I mean, what'd you go with the bag?
I mean, I'm sure I'm just carrying them, but
Then yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but
What's
we
he,
can
what's,
sell
what's he
in the
look
middle
like?
of the
Like,
room.
what's
He's
his
an
name?
elvish
Little baby elf.
There you go.
We don't know
Which
what
one
should we
elf?
name him? Circle. It just,
This
the
is-
thing in the book resembled something, like a teleportation circle, looked similar to that. Circle that was on teleportation.
You
You know what I should have did? I should have polymorphed the baby into like a fucking dinosaur.
I was right.
This is Tamaran,
Tamaran.
Like,
my
Tamaran.
new adopted son. Bring back the Oak Bark people.
Are you adopting this
You
baby?
start trying to
Potentially.
study it the best you can.
I think
and
you would
just
make a
with
great father.
all of
How's the
the
baby reacting right now? How little is he?
battle going on.
I do
He's
worry that he may
small.
need to
You don't
suck
have
from the
enough time.
teat.
You can tell he's very malnourished.
Fine, I'll give him a good berry. Wait, how many good berries did I give up last time?
Probably like 3.
it's a baby,
So-
so.
I'll give him one, and then I'll give our whole group one because it makes 10. So
Mm-hmm.
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll get him one, and then our whole group gets one good berry.
Okay.
Which is what?
So you guys
Thanks,
pop a
Ryan.
good berry into your mouth.
This is Tamaran. I named him.
Oh, Tamaran, how's it going, buddy?
We can't speak.
Doris, I need you to make a animal handling check again.
I
I'm gonna cast sending to the baby.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that is right.
Baby! Tamaran!
21.
21.
What are you thinking, that
Um,
brain? Who took it? You smell of poo!
As there is a cry of the child behind you. You have Dorias out in the
Do it.
open, and as he's sitting there and you hold out or get this food out for Dorias, you notice that he is reluctantly doing it, but he seems a little spiteful.
Okay.
He's mad at you.
He is mad at me.
It's okay. Children misbehave and they're teenagers.
He's like
I
Karuma
could
from,
transform myself into a cow, and you could milk me for
Naruto.
milk for the baby.
Don't know if it works like that. I'll find an elf woman.
And
I believe it does.
after Sylvan casts sending, the baby starts screeching, screaming.
I know, shut up.
I put my thumb in its mouth.
And it clams down on you. And you take 5 points of piercing.
Oh, jeez. That's a big ass bite from that baby.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
shit.
cast Charm Person on the baby.
Okay.
So he needs to make
Baby.
he needs to make
Baby.
saving throw.
I think it's a wisdom.
Yeah, it is.
He's at like 2 wisdom.
Yeah, he gets a 4.
Okay, so now he's charmed by me.
It's a baby
So
puppy monkey baby.
I'm just gonna calm him
Puppy,
down.
look at it.
That's it.
Okay, baby.
He's just...
I'm gonna.
Yeah, so Torin, now the baby's crying and kind of like nuzzling into your arm, and he's still screeching out.
Solomon, you do something to this baby again, I'm leaving. Stay away.
I'm gonna cast prestidigitation on its ass. I'm gonna soil it. you instantly clean or soil it.
Alright, so you soiled this baby's ass.
Why?
Okay, I'm going to take its diaper off. And I'm gonna walk away. I'm leaving the group. I'm just gonna start walking. That's
And you feel like its bottom start to get a little wet. And
It's got
I'm just leaving and walking away.
bright
from
green
them.
elf baby poop.
It's shitting.
It's just a blowout of
You're
his
an
back.
idiot. Of course
Okay,
the lad
actually
would do
though,
that.
as Torin walks away, I want to cast back to you. Here. I'm gonna cast sending.
mm-hmm.
Are we resting? Are we traveling? Or are we...
I'm trying.
We're resting.
I don't know what you're doing.
We're resting.
Torin, come back. I'm gonna cast sending to our good friend on Skulligar. What's his name? The king. King's dead. Oh, right here. I'm gonna cast it to.
King Wellington?
He's dead.
He's in prison. Penisless.
He is penisless.
Without his elephant trunk.
It was Vernon and.
Arthur.
Luther. Or Arthur? It was Arthur.
Oh, he's doing this.
Luther
I'm gonna find a
Arthur.
different
Arthur.
location.
So I'm gonna cast sending to Arthur.
Hey, Arthur, it's Stillman. I was just wondering if you guys had a teleportation circle there, and you could tell me what the sigil sequence is so we can come visit and be a part of the council more often.
And Arthur responds, "We do, but giving you a teleportation circle isn't just the sequence. I can't really draw something out in my mind to you.
Can you send it by a ribbon? Have you as most prized artist?
I
Draw
could
the sigil.
try, but well, do you want to cast another sending spell?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Well, you gonna let him finish talking
I-
first?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, I forgot we were miles away.
Miles away.
Leagues.
Fucking
Leagues.
days away.
I want my owls.
I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get this to you, but if you have a solution, we could give it a try.
I'm gonna send it back now.
We do have somebody who could scry. If we scried on it, then we could see it. I could see it. Then I could study it, and then we could come visit. I feel separated from Skulligar.
Yes, it is in the inner keep of the castle. I'm not exactly sure how you would scry on this without ever seeing it before, but you could give it a chance.
I'll send another one.
Well, yes, we just scry you, maybe, and you'd be right by it.
That is another worthy solution.
Thank you.
So he said another one to say thank you.
No, I said it. I waited until you responded, and I finished my spell.
That's not how it works.
I know. And then I will.
Okay, we got a star.
No, I'm good. I'm good. And I'm gonna start
I'm
resting.
gonna limit the amount of sending spells he gets today.
I guess
Just
while this
unloading
is all
my
going
spells.
on, I'm gonna try and I'm just trying to, I don't even know, not necessarily console Dorias because I understand why he's pissed, but at the same time, just be next to him and just, validate I'm doing what I can to protect you. That's my whole goal here.
And as you communicate with him, he sort of, anytime that you approach him and try to honestly just talk to him, he sort of nudges you off of him. As if he's trying to give a cold shoulder, if a dragon could do so, especially a red dragon.
It's big.
And
big old shoulder.
He sort of honestly shoulder checks you, and sometimes actually takes his tail and forcefully pushes you away. And he goes and he speaks to you in Draconic as he says, "It is cold. I do not like the darkness you put me in."
I understand, but death is even colder.
I've had no brush of it.
Because I've prevented it.
I grow weaker when I am not used. I need to fly.
And that is why I've been trying to keep you out as much as I can. But the problem is that when we fight, people we're fighting aren't just petty soldiers and weak humans with shields and swords. We're dealing with powerful magics and powerful beings that have brought me very, very close to death itself as well. And again, my sole purpose at this point belongs in two things, which is to stay with this party and do what I can to make sure that they stay alive. And then also, equally if not also more important, is to keep you alive, as that is the promise that I made to the dragon that was your parent. Your survival and my protection of you is my primary priority in this life as long as I am still able to do so. And I do intend to use you and have you do the things that a dragon was meant to do, but I also need to make sure that I do not put you in ill harm's way without any intent or meaning. And if I think that the risks and the rewards balance out in a way that makes sense, I will keep you in harm's way if it makes sense. But in times where it doesn't, I can't risk your life over the expense of something that isn't significant.
Do you grow stronger in battle?
In a way, yes.
Dragons grow stronger in life. I am chained in there, just like the shell I was born out of. I have needs. I only am brought out when you need me to fly, and when I eat. I am no dragon. I am a pet. Give me freedom. Don't put me in a corner. I can help you as much as you help me.
My intention is never to make you feel like a pet or someone who's backed into a corner. But again, with how long I know that you have the capability of life, you will far exceed me, most likely. And I need to make sure that when you are in the younger stages of your life where you are not as strong as a large adult, that I get you to that point where you are more than capable of defending and protecting yourself when it comes to that. And I don't put you in the ring as a sense of imprisonment or a way of chaining you or anything. It is only a mere source of protection. If I knew that having you out wouldn't ever cause any undue harm to you or pain in any sort of way, then I would never put you in the ring. The ring is only meant as a place that I can safely protect you from the things that do wish to do you harm. And unfortunately, with the way that me and my comrades are traveling and the things that we're dealing with, we find ourselves in harm's way quite a lot. And I do value and appreciate the talents that you bring to combat. But again, I can't, those talents and those abilities are only used if you are alive. And I need to make sure that you live well past even what I am capable of doing, as I, again, will grow old someday and won't be able to live at the same age or length that you do.
If I am to surpass you, then I need to know how to survive. If I'm not surviving the way I need to, I'm only surviving alongside you. I need my freedom. At some point, I need to learn to be as mighty as those around me. Give me the chance to fight when I can.
When you say this, do you know those things that you need to do in the event that comes up, that I could take us and you can do those things and I can ride with you, learn with you, understand how these things work so I can do my part in making sure that you grow as strong and as healthy as humanly possible?
I do. It is in my very bones, in my very breath. I know what it means to be a dragon, but you only teach me what it is to survive as a human. I have scales, you have skin. My survival, as humanly possible as you say, does not correlate.
Yes.
I only ask a little bit more survival instinct in my life so that I can better our chances to get you to the age where you can let me free.
And I will be honest, the reluctancy that I've had in the past to let you do these things is because the areas that we're in, dragons are not seen as a, what should I say, a blessing or a good thing. And that the island that I left, the place that I left when I met all of my adventurers that you've seen in the time that you've been with me, I got out of there because there were lots of people that were trying to capture you and use you to their will, bend you to whatever means that they wanted you to be. They were trying to weaponize you.
Yes, home. But I was a wormling.
Yes.
I am grown. I'd like to see them try.
At this point, I think I would like to see that too. If you tell me what you need, whether it's food or flight, and we need to go somewhere and get you feeling the way that you need to feel, as you say, then let me know, and I will do what I can to make sure that I can make that happen.
I need wind now.
Okay. When you say you need wind, what are you referring to? specifically.
And he sort of just looks up into the sky, and he like stands, and he looks, and his wings just kind of like flap, and he looks weathered from the battle, but even with his wings, when he flaps them, they feel strong, but they feel as if somebody's put a weight down on them. My wings could be stronger. I feel the places we've traveled, the low amount of times that I've been able to actually spread have been few. I need more open air. I need to fly.
Okay, I'm gonna get on him and I'll say, let's go fly then.
And then he sort of, again, he's about to take off, and then he allows you to ride him. And then he just, with one big swoop, and you all at camp see Doris atop of Dorias. While you were all resting, just get on Dorias and they just fly up into the air without any order, and they just take off. And yeah, Dorias just kind of swoops up along the mountain, kind of goes up towards the peak, and as he's sort of cresting around, he takes you on a wide berth of the mountain range. You see below you that big crater in the earth that the Tarrasque had left. You see the opening of the cave that you had journeyed into, that this Tarrasque had essentially beaten into, and you crest to the top, is the highest peak, and he goes and he sits, and at this point there is wind just howling past you, and he is just with his wings out, just letting the wind essentially go around you, and you have to like kind of hold on tight, as if you don't, it seems like you're going to be pushed off. And then with that, he just lifts his feet off the ground, and he goes into a dive back towards camp, and he just allows the wind to carry him, and he starts to let out this big bellow. And then once he gets close to the ground, you feel as if he's not going to pull up at the last second. He lets a big breath of fire just cascade on the dust and the dirt of the open landscape where nothing could be heard. And with that, you start making your way in another wide berth towards the Darwood Fields, back to your camp. And you see through the night, closest to where you had just left, in the mountains, high above the peaks, pieces of lightning. And this dark, even in the night sky, this dark looming cloud just seems to sit there. And you reach back to camp, and I believe that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Sweet.
Well done, lads.
Lads.